and welcome in every bee to my new PC. So yeah, oh my gosh, I'm like adjusting. I'm adjusting mic stuff right now too. Everything is very bare bones right now. Everything's super bare bones. In fact, even my office is kind of a mess right now because I'm having to move things around to make room for new PC-kun. Maybe we can name PC-kun together. Maybe. Oh, Hachi! So I mean, even my mic, I don't have like any like vocal effects on. Did you just arrive home? Literally past midnight last night. So I guess today I arrived home. Yes. And I had meetings and stuff, so I speed ran setting up this PC, getting it plugged in all by myself. It's my very first time plugging things in and setting things up all by myself. And yeah, there's still a lot of adjustments to make. I literally only have 3 scenes in OBS right now, and it's my starting soon screen, my this scene, and then ending screen. So the new PC feels so good. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to well, hopefully this ends up resolving the connectivity issues. That's the whole point. That was kind of the point of me doing this entire thing. Was we've had those connectivity issues for so long now. So it's like, hopefully this will resolve it. Also, thank you so much. Soza, thank you, Soza. Hold on, let me pull everything up so I can at least look at my notifications and stuff as well. Yeah, there's barely anything. The only game installed on this PC is Arknight's Enfield. I need to reinstall Kingdom Hearts for tomorrow and all that. Soza, thank you so much for resubscribing with Twitch Prime for 11 months. Big love to you. Welcome back to the Hi. Setting up OBS again is such a chore though, right? And I just did it literally the other day on my friend's PC when I was traveling as well. So I'm getting good at speedrunning it, but I don't know where my stingers are. Like my transitions and stuff. I don't know where those are saved, so I may have to go back into my old PC and find where those are. There are some things. Like I need to install my recording programs again. There's a lot that I need to do, but then I have so much work to do at the same time. So I guess we're figuring it out. However, it is already back to the grind. Can't wait for the chatting tomorrow while Kingdom Hearts installs. Dude, my internet is like 5 times faster. The download is 5 times faster. In fact, I could be downloading Kingdom Hearts right now while we stream. But I kind of wanna test if the stream even keeps running. We shall see. If we get through today's stream without issue, we might be able to assume that our problems are fixed. That our internet problems are fixed. Hopefully. Is that much better than new? No, I mean no, it's not new PC. It's not the new PC. It's just my internet. So my friend had really good upload speed. I have really good download speed, and I have alright upload speed. It's just something kept making our stream disconnect ever since I debuted with Densetsu. I've had connectivity issues. So something I feel like it was maybe my PC reaching the end of its life. Honestly, is how I feel. So now will I be able to? Yeah, I can't. Huh. I don't know about the BGM because I don't know what my settings were before. I can put it down if you want. Or I can put myself up if you want. But I'm getting into the red with my voice right now. Network stuff is always hard. It might be anything. Well, we narrowed it down to it being either my PC or the room. If it's the room, I barely moved the volume thing for the BGM. Is it really that much better? I barely moved it. Oh, hi, Mark. About the same. Okay, Okay, let me just put the BGM down. Is this better? I don't know what my settings were before. I don't know. It's gone now? Is this good then? I don't know. I'm looking at the bars right now. I'm looking at the colors. That's how I adjust things typically. This sounds good. This is low. This is really low, you guys. This is lower than it normally is on stream, but okay. Maybe my voice is like higher than usual. So what does this mean? If my voice is higher than usual and my BGM's lower than usual, then what was it up until this point? I don't know. This does seem a little quiet, but at least it's compared to stream, it's fine. I don't know. At least we keep things like this. We go off of vibes. Unga bunga. Unga bunga. Everything's topsy-turvy. Such a cute setup, thank you. Oh my god, Boomba! Boomba, I haven't seen you in so long. Hello, how are you? Acapella stream. Is the BGM really that low? Ooga booga booga haha! Oh my gosh, there's so much unga bunga in my chat. Did the volume output on your interface change? No. Nothing has been touched. But maybe you're thinking about the setup I had at my friend's house last week. I don't know. This should be a nicer setup though. This should be a nicer mic and a nicer setup. I hear you much better than usual. I am so confused right now. That said, we're not here to talk about my setup. We are here to give advice. This is going to be the beginning of a monthly advice corner. We got 157 submissions to the advice corner. Thank you guys so much. We're not going to be able to make it through all of them probably, but we can try. Sounds a lot better, man. Compared to last week or compared to any time before this, because this is literally the same setup I've had for like months. Yeah, 157. Thank you guys. Thank you. And because I gave you guys an option to either be anonymous or to put your name, I am going to show the submissions. And anonymous. Anonymous is the very first person. 156 of them are you. Thank you, that's so kind of you. Yes, each month is gonna have a different theme. So I'm really excited for next month. Next month is gonna be love advice. So basically, this advice corner submission form is open constantly. So you can submit whenever you want. But I will, and it doesn't have to necessarily adhere to the monthly theme. But the monthly theme is there to give you ideas. It's gonna be love advice next month, and I love giving out love advice. I love it. I'm very good at giving actual love advice, but as you can see, I also gave the option of giving bad advice to people. So these streams can either be extremely educational, extremely cursed and unhelpful, or perhaps a mixture of both. So please tell me this is meant to resemble Lucy's The Doctor is an Advice Booth. Yes! So I should have had a little can for you guys to put coins into to tip. Tip me. I should have. You love love. I also love Pykel. I also love it as well. I love when you guys love each other. I love loving you. I love loving me makes the dark feel brighter. Loving me makes my burden lighter. Can you have some advice? Did you submit to the advice corner form? I'll be going off of the form. The form is still open right now. You can continue to submit to the form, but considering that we have 100, okay, now it's 158 responses. Thank you to whoever just submitted right now. 158 responses. Then we are not gonna get through all of them. So I will go through and be a little selective about which ones I answer. Because there's, I mean, unless we can try to speedrun it. Also, thank you so much for the 8 quarters in the can, Kodum. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate. Okay, 待って待って待って。Let me just see, overlay. Let me just adjust some things for myself real fast. Add to. Okay, I'll figure out my sound stuff. I'll figure out my setup stuff later. But for now, here we go. Also, Boomba! Thank you so much for the raid earlier. I'm sorry I didn't realize it was a raid. I cannot hear my alert sounds right now. And I don't know what to do about that. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wait, you mean we won't be here for hours with you answering advice? You'll be here for hours with me answering advice. It's not all day. Got meetings, got places to be, got people to be, got places to eat, got things to people. No worries, I'm 100% confident your advice is gonna be top tier. Thank you. Also, I hope you had a wonderful stream. Good morning. Oh, Hikanbana-san! お久しぶり! 調子はどう? Alright, here we go. Minto's got people to eat. Apparently, I'm one of them. Apparently. Hi! So, here we go. Starting with 元気です。あ、よかった。よかった。嬉しいです。Anonymous. How do you tell people important to you information that may make them see you differently? And I'm going to assume... Oh, hold on. Capture cursor. Should be capturing my cursor, but whatever. There you go. And they want good advice. This is extremely vague. What do you mean make them see you differently? Well, do you want them to see you differently? Do you want them to see you differently, or are you scared of them seeing you differently? Well, I think a good thing is to preface it with, like... I mean, direct communication is really important. But if you're worried about the way somebody is going to perceive something, or you're worried about preconceived notions or about assumptions, then you should try and, like, probably... beat them to the punch and be like, now, I need you to hear me out. This might make you think this and this. This might make you think I'm a cannibal. But, like, I'm not a cannibal. Just so you know. You know, that kind of thing. This might make you think that this might make you think that I'm a cannibal, but I am not. So please hear me out to the very end. And I'm telling you this. And oh yeah, tell them why you're telling it to them as well. I'm telling you this, Cannibal Phoebe. This advice, I bet this was meant. It's okay. I accept her and love her for who she is, even if she is a cannibal. But you know what? I think if a ghost tries to bite you, won't the teeth just go right through you? And even if the ghost swallowed you whole, wouldn't you just, like, go right through them? I don't know. Obviously, some of you guys have not been watching Densetsu shorts. If you did, you would know that I'm not the cannibal. I've been trying to go vegetarian for a while. I've been trying. Never vegan though, because I love cheese and dairy too much. I love it far too much. I also, well, maybe pescatarian is a better way of putting it, because I love fish too much. Ah! Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. Something that I got to eat during my trip. Where's my mouse? No! That's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. I will not show you my sushi pictures. I will not show you my sushi pictures. As much as I want to show you my sushi pictures, I won't. You always get confused and think pescatarian is a Christian denomination. I know it sounds like it, right? It's like, oh, hello, are you Catholic? No, I'm pescatarian. Hello. But anyway, so that's how this is a good example one. That's how this is gonna go. People put either a name or an anonymous name, and then they ask a question, and then they asked for either good advice or bad advice. I gave some pretty darn good advice. We should have a MagFest trip stream. We did already though. We did last week. All about, I guess I haven't talked about the entire trip. So last weekend, I was I was at conventions 2 weekends in a row. Some of you guys in chat know this because you ran into me at this second event as well. But I also secretly dropped into Anime Utopia in Maryland. It was a time. How much of it I can talk about, I'm not sure, because it was a time. It was a time. It was a time. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a time. It was a time. But I got a cute like TikTok out of it, so I'm gonna post that at some point. It was a time with potential lawsuits, yes. I will say, I mean, I had fun, but I was also kind of extra stressed over this past week. But I also had fun. So relax. I mean, what did you do? What did I do? What did they do? Oh my gosh. I also didn't sign an NDA, but I feel like in terms of like professionality, I should not talk further about it, maybe. Just to be professional, maybe. I wasn't a guest. I have no NDA holding me back, but I'm holding back for the sake of friends that worked really hard and stepped in to help it not completely burn down. Some of my friends are the sole reason why, like, it didn't literally go up in flames. It wasn't Otakon. No, I love Otakon. Not all heroes wear capes. Nope, not all heroes wear capes. Some wear hotpies and anime t-shirts. And a staff badge. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, now the theme was New Year, New Me. Okay, so here's the next one. By the way, this is so funny. So, I'm fairly certain, if you look down and you see the way my name is, the P in my name is covered up right now, I'm pretty sure this is why a lot of games, like, don't let me put in Phoebe as my name. It's like, ooh, that's a bad word, 'cause it's got ho in it. Hobo. This is me, Hobo Chanchobo. Yeah, there's a lot of games. When I try to put Phoebe in, Phoebe, it says cannot use that name. So that's another reason why I use Feebee. Bruh, it's a real name. Anyway, next one out of now there's 160 submissions. Okay, here we go. From a pink blossom. Hi Phoebe, I'm starting out as a virtual idol this year and I'm super hyped. Do you have any advice for me? Like when to start applying for 2D idol showcases / meet and greets? Also, what's your favorite vocal warm-up? Ooh! First of all, Pink Blossom, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations on starting your idol journey. And I would say I'm gonna just give you the same advice I would give to 3D idols, which is don't hold back on applying as right away. The only way you can get experience is by doing something, right? So just apply. But don't be surprised and don't be disappointed if you don't get in the first several times you apply, especially if you're still growing. If you're just getting started, they of course I think it's wonderful when events give new people and littler people like a stage and a platform. As they should, you know, because people have got to get their start somehow. But depending on how big or how competitive an event is, just kind of like, while you're still growing yourself, don't be surprised if you don't make it in, because they also have to like consider things like how big of a draw are you gonna have. So while that's happening, while you're applying for these events and these showcases and these meet and greets, definitely work to grow your presence. Especially if you're virtual. If you're virtual only, then it's online. Grow your presence online. Do a lot of streams, grow your community that way. Post to social media. Post lots and lots of non-stream content as well, like shorts. If you're an idol, then like of course lots of covers, because they're gonna want to see your portfolio as well. It's like applying for any job. Grow your portfolio. Make lots of covers. If singer-songwriter is your thing, then make songs. Post them up and advertise them and expand your reach. And when they see that, even if your reach isn't huge, if you've got some good stuff in your portfolio, they might, you know, give you a stage. You gotta have something for them to believe in and to trust in, you know? Also, my favorite vocal warm-up. I love warming up with my singing straw. I have a straw, and there's something called semi-occluded vocal tract, or semi-occluded vocal tract therapy. And what it is if you sing into a metal straw or a small tube or something, then it can help you get the right kind of resistance for your vocal folds. And that's what I like to do. I like to just hum up and down my range into a straw. That's my favorite warm-up. Other than that, though, if you don't have a metal straw or a small straw or anything like that, probably that kind of thing. Like something with like a lot of like moving notes and stuff is fun. Jazz warm-ups. I've been trying to get into doing more jazz warm-ups. They hard. How does it work with lip movements or just sort of toneless? It's just like, so with the straw, it's just like regular toneless sort of humming, kind of. I mean, you can. There are different warm-ups where you can like do an ooh into the straw. But it's mostly just making any kind of sound into the straw that matters. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's not a vocal warm-up. Anyway, good luck with your journey, Pink Blossom. I will be cheering you on very, very, very much. Sigila. Let's take a look at some of these other ones. Lots of questions from aspiring idols. Puppy Love City, I love your name. As an aspiring 2.5D VTuber, is there any specific advice you have for that specifically? I mean, I would say figure, I mean, don't burn yourself out. Because then you're doing multiple things, right? It is difficult to balance. It is difficult to balance, like, traveling for stage performances and sitting at home and locking in and doing consistent streams. It's very difficult. That said, though, I mean, if you're not doing it at the level of, like, doing it full-time and stuff, you might not have to worry about the burnout. But for 2.5D, I think what made 2.5D fun for me in the first place, I mean, other than getting to do both of the things that I loved, was like finding a way to make it immersive. Why are you 2.5D? For me, it was, I had the whole like affair. I loved reading books, but I would get sad over sad endings. So it was a fairy gave me the power to hop into stories and turn 2D and rewrite the endings into happy ones. And that's how I justified switching back and forth between my IRL on stage and then my virtual on stream. And I had like a transformation video that I'd play at the beginning of every stream. It was my IRL self wearing the same outfit as my very first model, my 1.0 model, and doing a magical girl transformation into my 2D self. And so what was super duper fun about it at first was that it was like, it was never breaking kayfabe to do IRL because I found a way to integrate it, like back and forth. So you don't have to make it super immersive like that, but for me, there being a reason behind me being 2.5D was important to me, I guess. And so 2.5D has been like my defining bit since 2020, you know. And I still try to like explain it with my lore and all of that, you know. So that's just a suggestion for me, but you don't have to do it that way. Honestly, there's no right or wrong way to do things. There really isn't. Just do the thing. Oh, Solemn says, I think events ideally need to find a balance of all sizes of talents. Not gonna lie, yes, I agree. I do need talents I already know to draw me, but it's good to have room for discovery too. I think it's good for there to be like at least one, if not a few, like smaller or newer talents. Well, I never actually heard kayfabe pronounced. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it at least. Yeah, ain't that a wrestling term? It is a wrestling term. And it definitely applies to VTubers as well. Sephiroth! Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you! I haven't seen you for a hot second. Sephiroth, how are you? Thank you so much for resubscribing for 19 months. Welcome back to the Beehive. Yeah, Eggy would know. Eggy would know. Because Eggy know all the wrestling stuff. So thank you so much, Puppy Love City. So actually there's a lot. I kind of expected you guys to submit more like crack questions, but there's a lot of actually legitimately good questions for people that are trying their best in this space. So, tired person, ain't that a mood? Tired person asks, any advice you would give to someone who's been in the space full-time with good connections, looking to go full-time in content work but struggling to find that final boost / financial push to get there? Good advice, please. First of all, I wish you the best of luck, Tired. I really, really hope that you'll be able to reach all of your dreams. I hope so, and I'll be cheering you on. Second of all, so you've already been in the space full-time. You have good connections. Wait. Someone who's been in the space any advice you would give to someone who's been in the space full-time with good connections, looking to go full-time in wait, so are you full-time or are you not full-time? Sorry, I'm a little bit confused. But I'm gonna assume right now, I'm gonna just assume that you're not full-time in content work. But that you've been building good connections and that you've been really present in the space. But you need like just a final boost or a final financial push. So what I will say is that I really wish I had a better idea of where you're at in your career. So I feel like I'd be able to better give you more like personalized advice. final boost / final financial push could mean a lot of things. For some people, they end up like joining an agency or something because they feel like they need that like financial backing. That's part of of why I joined like Prism Project, for example, in the first place, was because like I definitely didn't have the. I needed like I had enough to get by and to pay my bills and stuff, but I wanted to be able to like put more of it back into making cooler content and stuff. So for that, I felt I needed a little bit of a push, and so I auditioned for an agency and I got in. But as you have seen through both my own experiences and through recent events, it's not always the way to go. Not for everyone. Not for everyone, for sure. So I mean, everybody is waiting for their big break, right? And I think, in some ways, in my career, I'm still hoping for a big break in some ways as well. But all you can do is like, I would say 2 things. First of all, be persistent, be consistent, keep working hard. Consistency is real important, but not only like to keep connected with your community, not only to satisfy the algorithm or whatever, but also because just the more you put yourself out there, the more you do what you do, the more you're giving Lady Luck opportunities to find you. You just have to keep making those opportunities for yourself. And then the second thing I would say is try to stand out. I'm gonna be real. There are a lot of us compared to even like compared to when I started in like 2020. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of VTubers, and even among not just VTubers, but people trying to make it as content creators in general, streamers, all of that. You gotta, and a lot of people do a lot of the same things. You gotta stand out in some way. You gotta innovate. For me, that was being 2.5D, and there are a few other ways I try to innovate on like on a more micro level as well. But even then, being the first 2.5D idol in the Kaigai idol space and also in the EN VTuber space, I've got to find more ways, you know, to innovate further. I wouldn't even say that VTubing is a hard industry. Entertainment or content creation is a hard industry, and then even bigger than that, entertainment is a super hard industry. But you just keep going and you keep trying to find like more and more opportunities for the right eyes to fall on you at the right time, you know? There was something really interesting that Shogun told me. If you guys remember, Shogun was the producer for Prism Project. He's still a dear friend of mine. I go and I visit. I try to visit whenever I go back to Japan. And he sat me down once. I came to visit the Sony office again sometime after Prism had shut down. He sat me down and he was like, "Phoebe, I'm sorry. Oh, this sounds so. This is embarrassing to say, but this is literally what he said. He's like, Phoebe, you've got what it takes, definitely. But what's missing is the aspect of luck a little bit. You've got things, and I wish I could show you with my hands. He was moving his hand up and down. He's like, you've got things moving vertically like this, and you've got things moving horizontally like this. And you've got so many different layers. But what you need is for what's moving vertically and what's moving horizontally to align perfectly at the right time. You are like a degree or 2 degrees of separation away from where you want to be, but it's just a matter of like things aligning right. And some things have started to align correctly, but I've still Shogun 67. No, don't say that. Cursed. I hope you guys have been enjoying the emotes in the Densetsu Discord server, by the way. Ew. But yeah, it really is still a matter of the right things and the right people and the right times aligning correctly. The stars aligning correctly. You know. But it's never gonna align for you if you're not doing the thing. So just keep going. Keep being you, keep being persistent, and keep trying to find ways to innovate. And hopefully the stars will align correctly for you. And you'll get that little push somewhere. Keep making those opportunities for yourself, basically. You've got this, tired person! Also, we be tired people together. Tired people got each other's back. Now we have 163 responses. I'm gonna try my best. To get through as much as I can. Okay, this one is from a precious friendo who is in the chat right now. I saw them earlier. Eggy. Precious Eggy! Who wants good advice. Eggy says, I wouldn't say life is boring, but it does feel the same every week when all I do is work, stream, and get to talk to my Oshis, last two of which I enjoy. I assume you have that same loop, right? Well, minus talking to your Oshis, you'll get to talk to Kaze someday, trust. Eggy, thank you for believing in me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What breaks the monotony in your life? What keeps you going? Good advice. First of all, it's extremely relatable. I love you lots, Eggy. I'm sorry that life can feel monotonous sometimes. These questions be deep. They do be. I'd say... I mean, I feel like I have... Currently, I have what is both the blessing and the curse of every day being a little bit different from each other. Always a little bit something different going on, like different meetings on different days, for example. But then when I think back to my time before I started doing all this full time, so maybe when I was working my last full-time job, maybe when I was in school or something, there definitely was a bit of a loop. I think you kind of have to like make those. Also, good morning, Yazito. Good morning, Garrick. Hi, you guys. Hello. I'm hanging in there. I'm just doing my best, and I'm having fun reading everybody's questions. I think. Also, Marla says earlier, if I was an idol, I would create a small business as a hobby instead of being in the industry. Which I guess is what I was doing at first, but it became too hard. Like for me in particular, I like don't know how to do something without dedicating 100% of myself to it. So when I had a full-time other job, like my like after school teaching, tutoring, counseling job, or even like the bakeries that I worked at and stuff, and I was trying to do this at the same time, I couldn't balance both because I couldn't just half-ass my day job and then come home and give 100% to my like creative job. I guess I had to give them both my 100%, so I was working at 200% and it was difficult. It was hard on my mental and my physical. But I think for a lot of people, the advice does stand where it's like, don't monetize your hobbies. I'm not gonna tell people to like give up on their dreams and stuff, but like, for some people it does end up making them like stop loving what they do. Glad you're doing alright. Thank you, Garrick. Thank you. I hope you're doing okay too. Sorry, but going back to Eggy's question. Well, you kinda gotta, well, first of all, it's either adding more excitement into your life, getting more hobbies, or making sure you go places, and making sure you schedule in like time for fun, and I find that working on a long-term project helps with that too. Like if you're writing, if you're like a writer, you're writing a book, then you're constantly doing something new, right? You're constantly creating something new that didn't exist prior, and that's really exciting. So like getting excited over creating something, I find helps. Or learning something new, I find helps. Or even like making sure you watch new episodes of something or read new chapters of a manga helps. Seeing friends every now and then helps. But then also there's the other approach of like finding ways to enjoy, to find more joy, and to feel more grateful for the things that are monotonous in your life, you know? And maybe if you think about the things that are constants in your life, and you imagine what it would be like if, you know, if you didn't see that same post worker every time they deliver your Amazon package and you didn't get to say hi to them. Would you miss them a little bit, maybe? Or seeing your neighbor's dog walk by and thinking that it's cute? Or, I don't know, you only... some of the foods that you eat on the regular and stuff like that. So I think it's a nice balance of finding... like, trying to find something to be grateful for every day. And then also, like, trying your best on your own to add something new to your life every day. But I definitely... I'm not sure 100% what the best solution to it is. Everyone's got different ways they cope with it. But I do think that your feeling of wanting to break the monotony in your everyday life is totally relatable. Totally relatable. You love getting to know your post people? I love getting to know all the random workers and stuff. I mean, I like making friends with random people on planes too. That's really fun. As much as I'd love to make a channel talking about movies, I wouldn't want to watch movies out of necessity or out of monetized excess. I watch films because I like discovering concepts and views I never would have imagined. That's why I just like talking about it, not for a profit. I mean, and you can, right? But then I know that some people feel like for me, for example, I've always loved doing what I do. But there did come a point where I was like, I need to reach a certain like financial threshold, or else like how can I justify having put this much time into it, you know? So it is like a balance you need to strike in your life. Those of us who guard our hearts and stay true to them are the ones with the true net worth in this world. But not just guard your heart. Let your heart be open. Let your heart be open to others too. In some way. Next is from Psycho Sheep. I haven't been skipping any questions so far. At some point I may have to. But we can try to speed run a little bit. Thanks, Chef. No, thank you, Eggy. Keep being you. Keep being your wonderful self. You're open to eating food? Ain't that a mood? Keep your stomach open. Well, not open, but keep their space for food. Like guard your hearts, but also keep them open, you know? Don't be too on your guard. Psycho Sheep has a question. For the new year, I want to start a new hobby that will get me out of the house more. Interested to hear what Phoebe / the FeebeeHive recommend. So, this one is open. You guys can put your recommendations in the chat as well for Psycho. Psycho, thank you so much for submitting your question. I think it's really fun to start up new hobbies as well. Actually, a lot of you guys know that I love to bake. And I've been wanting to get back into baking more and more and more. And then Paichi and I are trying to set up a nice downstairs kitchen streaming setup so we can do some like some cooking and baking streams more. I do a lot of baking, but I don't get to cook very much. One of my friends and I got to do some like cooking and baking for people at MagFest. And that friend takes care of a lot of the cooking and I take care of the baking, but I want to be able to help out with the cooking more, so I've been wanting to get into cooking. Thank you so much, Solemn, for gifting me 2 cookbooks. A cookbook and then a baking cookbook at MagFest. I really appreciate it. So, that is my new hobby that I'm picking up this year. A hobby that'll get you out of the house more. A lot of people... So I love hiking, personally. I actually have a bruise on my toe that's been here since last March. So almost a full year that I got when I stubbed my toe while I was hiking. So hiking is a good one. I know someone who, for a long time, only ate French fries. Eventually, he opened up his heart to eating other foods, but at that point, he'd become such a French fry connoisseur that he started up a French fry review blog. And that kind of would get you out of the house too, right? Like trying different food places and doing like a review Instagram or a blog or something like that. So you could be a food blogger or food vlogger. It gets you out of the house. I mean, that requires money, but a lot of hobbies require money anyway, right? So hiking is a good one. There's also like clubs and stuff that you can join. So if you have like a local card shop, you can get out of the house by going and meeting up for like tournaments or to play with people at a card shop. Or if you have like and then like sometimes they have board game nights there. I know I met some old ladies on the plane to... I was a plane back from Anime Week in Atlanta, I think. There were 2 old ladies I was talking to, and I befriended them over the course of the flight back home. And they go out to bingo! I mean, that's what old people do, right? So, I mean, like, who's to say that, like, young people can't go out to bingo as well? Or, like, dance! So, that same friend that had the French fry vlog, he would go out swing dancing. So there's like dancing classes. Well, classes are a good one, you know. Your model has such a kind face. I just noticed. Oh. Well, I do love Saiki Yahiro Mama's art very, very, very much. You volunteer at a working farm. Oh yeah, I volunteered at like farms and stuff before too. Volunteer work is a good way of getting out too. So yeah, lots and lots of things. Basically, anything that involves going out and seeing places, or anything that involves going and meeting people, will definitely get you out of the house. So, lots of good ideas here. Thank you, FeebeeHive, for your suggestions. Okay. Next one. I'm gonna skip a few. This person is named Hopium. Oh. At what age is bingo considered a normal activity, I wonder? I mean, the funny thing is that kids in elementary school play bingo all the time, right? At least when I was in elementary school, we had a lot of like bingo games that would help us like memorize words or something like that, you know? And then you don't play it for like decades and decades. And then you turn like 60 or something, 60 or 70, and then you start playing bingo again. Why do we stop playing bingo in the middle of our lives? Though, some of you guys played Densetsu.EXE's Call-Out Bingo the other day. At first it might seem hard going out from home, but then you realize how fun it is to just try something new and meet new people that'll leave a memory behind. Exactly. Also, thank you so much, Villa Poo for resubscribing for 6 months. Or sorry, 19 months at tier 2. Hi, Phoebe. Hope you had a fun weekend and a safe trip back home. Thanks for existing and bringing us joy and love and everything. No, thank you. And welcome back to the Beehive. Dude, bingo is like a bookend. Like, Like, soft foods and diapers, naruhodo. That's crazy. It's true, though. We start out our lives wearing diapers and eating soft food only. We start out our lives playing bingo and being taken care of by middle-aged people. And then we end our lives wearing diapers and eating only soft foods, playing bingo and being taken care of by middle-aged people. Wow. Life comes full circle after all. Wow. The circle of life, the circle of bingo. It's the bingo cycle. You can never escape bingo night. Nah, I plan to be 103 and in soggy slacks. Dude, yeah. More power to you. Express yourself, even at 103. Phoebe is my Oshi because she wears diapers and eats soft foods. I do like soft foods, but diapers... I mean, if you consider a pad... Never mind. We're not getting into that right now. Hopium says, and wants good advice. As someone with several successful corporate auditions, what is your advice for anyone trying to apply? What should you focus on in your video and writing portions to catch eyes? And around what size do you feel applicants tend to be before companies seriously consider them? I'd say sometimes it's not even about size. Because if I think back to, no, finish that thought. No! I will not finish that thought! I will not finish that thought. I will not. Honestly, you need to have a track record. That's the biggest thing. Say you're not even that big, but you have a track record. You've been making good content. You've been making consistent content. You have unique ideas. So that's another thing. I mentioned this earlier. You gotta stand out, dude. You gotta stand out. What about you? What about your personality? What about your interests? What about the way you conduct your streams? What about the way that the things that you make and the skill sets that you have might set you apart from the others? And sometimes, and so like, also research the company. This is just like any like job application. Know the company, know their like workplace like environment and values and ethics. Know what kind of people they have hired in the past. Or if they're a new company, then you can still look up like who runs it. Where are they based out of? What are some of the norms and the values of like the community or the culture that they come from? And what is their theming? You know? So, also thank you so much for the super chat, Love Pan. $2 to never finish that thought. Thank you. Thank you. We used to have FeebeeHive Bingo. Joga would make FeebeeHive Bingo and make FeebeeHive Bingo boards for streams. Surely it exists somewhere in the Discord still. Hey, advice, Phoebe. Any advice for recording live gigs? I would answer for you, but I am strictly going off of the advice submission form, so feel free to submit your question to the form. We, however, have 165 questions submitted, so we're just trying to get through stuff. I mean, at least, so I think by having a track record, by putting yourself out there, you will have naturally grown to like probably have some kind of follower base, some kind of community, you know. But really, I think what's important is having the experience and having something unique that stands out about you. Even if it's like, oh, I can really play into this one character. I have a vision for a character and I can roleplay really well as that character. Go for it, you know. Also, Cat Floxworthy, thank you so much for resubscribing for 44 months. Oh my goodness. Unrelated, I finally paid off my car. Congratulations on paying off your car! Congrats. Eventually we'll need a speed round. We may need a speed round at some point. Good luck, Hopium. I am cheering for you with my everything. Okay. Next is going to be... Alright. This is from Wakana Skida. Wakana says they want good advice. I lost my job mid-December. I'm trying to make the most of my time off before doing the 9-to-5 grind again. But I'm anxious about not being able to find a job soon, one that pays similarly to my old job. A very valid concern, especially in this economy, in this day and age. Feels like everyone is struggling to even, like, get like a... People always joke about, oh, go work at McDonald's or whatever. Sometimes it's hard to even get a job at McDonald's nowadays. Because everyone's competing. Middle-aged people that lost their job are competing with, like, high school kids that also are, like, trying to get their foot in the door with their first job. And competing with old people who, yeah, just, like, you know... Phoebe has such a sweet voice now that I think about it. Oh, thank you. The job market is rough. It is rough out there, so you're not alone at least. I have plenty of savings, so the anxiety is all in my head. Do you have any advice on how to relax? You've been used to being forced to be productive the past few years. Oh gosh. I am perhaps the wrong person to ask this to, because I have such a hard time relaxing. Well, actually, so what I have found is that I have been most relaxed over the past few months when I give myself a moment to... I think to myself, what stresses me out? What is stressing me out in the first place? It's work, right? My line of work is completely tied to the internet. So, when I give myself time off of the internet, off of my phone ideally, but if I can't be off my phone, then at least, like, I don't look at social media and stuff. And then I spend... A lot of the time I end up, like, the time that I let myself do that is when I'm with the people that I love the most. And those people are typically there to end up distracting me, you know? Also, since I have all the time in the world, should I go to Japan again? If you can, responsibly with your savings, heck yeah! So that's another thing, is that I do think that being able to identify what stresses you out in the first place, or what reminds you about the grind in the first place, and disconnecting from that for a little while can help. Maybe being in a different country, maybe being in a different environment, even just a different city, taking yourself on a little vacation would be nice. It's hard to disconnect if you're around all the things that remind you about productivity and about work. Even if it's at your home, you wake up in that same bed to go to... You used to wake up in that same bed to go to work every morning, right? That could be a reminder as well. Maybe, like, change your environment a little bit. Maybe pick up something, like a hobby that you didn't have before, because it's not gonna remind you about your work or anything, you know? I don't like the state of the world / economy right now either, but hey, we can at least say we live. Yes! You guys are already doing a fantastic job by being alive right now. Be proud of yourselves. Be so proud of yourself. But yes, hang in there, Wakana! Hang in there, I'm cheering you on. And hope that you find a way to relax. Maybe I gotta take a page out of your book. Okay. This one is from Bath and Body Vanilla Soap, who wants good advice. Hello, Phoebe! You're such an amazing creator, and I've enjoyed following you on your idol journey so much. Oh, thank you! That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I recently decided one of my resolutions would be to save money. And to save money, that means no more DoorDash. Oh, but delivery is so easy, but expensive. Yeah. Luckily, for me, I'm in an area that has nothing around it, and therefore not very many good DoorDash options in the first place. However, think about how fun it is to cook for yourself. What are some easy cheap dishes you would make / recommend to make? Before I get into that, thank you so much, Penguin Gamer, as well for resubscribing for 14 months. Hey, yo, can't believe 14 months of have gone by already. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, and keep up your amazing work being yourself as well, Penguin Gamer. Big love to you. Welcome back as well to the Beehive. Some quick and cheap, easy dishes. So, something. This is so random, but something that I have loved making recently over the past few months, because I've been trying to get more vegetable intake and be healthier and all of that. Is I just mash a bunch of my favorite vegetables up into a bowl. And then I make it nice with like salt and pepper and like olive oil inside, drizzled inside and stuff. But like, what is that? A salad? That's a salad! It's a salad! Why am I saying it like it's some kind of fancy thing? It's just a salad! It's just... But for me, what I like to do is you heard it here. Phoebe, Chan, Chibi invented salad. But it's also veggie mash as well. So what I do is I like to cut up a whole avocado. And then I put the avocado in the bowl. And I cut up a bunch of other things, like veggies that I like, especially like tomatoes and stuff. And then I put a bunch of salt in there, especially like big grain salt, like sea salt. And like some pepper, and then I put some olive oil, and I mix it all up, so it's like a strange guacamole, and then I just eat that. I also have dinosaur time, LD. You know what I mean? Yes. So I just grab a fistful of mixed greens and I shove it in my mouth over the sink. I say over the sink because sometimes some leaves fall out. But okay, maybe something else easy and cheap. Bagel sandwiches. Just buy some bagels in bulk at Costco. Then like cream cheese, and I got some microgreens. Microgreens are real good for you. They give you lots of vitamins and stuff. So I like toast a bagel, spread some cream cheese over both sides, put some microgreens, and then put like salami or some kind of like little meat inside. Give me avocados and guac. Yeah. What's a salad? Never heard of it. But it could be a soup. Yeah, if I mash, if the avocado is mushy enough, maybe it turns into a soup. Maybe. Actually, to be honest, the way that I make it, it might end up being a soup. Is guacamole a soup or a salad? If you guys didn't know, everything can be classified into soup, salad, or sandwich. All foods, at least. What else? I guess like lots of things over rice. Eggs with rice. Random, like... You can just make so many things with rice. Yeah, I guess those are cheap and easy. You can make lots of one-pot meals with like a rice cooker. Stir fry is great because you can just throw in whatever. Exactly. Eggs and rice, kimchi and rice, soup and rice. My favorite thing recently has been this like chili oil marinated bamboo shoots. You just get at like your local French 99 or something like that. I just have that with rice sometimes. Anything with rice, you know? Protein-rich soups are good. Lentil soup, split pea soup, peas porridge. Yeah, those are good and good for you. Oh my gosh, bamboo shoots were my absolute favorite as a kid. I didn't like them as a kid, but now, like as an adult, I freaking love bamboo shoots. They're just thinking about it so much. My friend introduced me to these like chili oil marinated bamboo shoots. Just let me like try some out of the fridge once, and it kind of changed my brain chemistry. Oh, I think there's some in the fridge right now. My stomach is growling thinking about it. Did I eat earlier? I did. I had a yogurt parfait with some granola that my godparents made, and with honey. So I did eat earlier, but I am in fact getting a little bit hungry. We'll get some to snack on. I might want to get a snack at some point. I don't want to go down and... Oh, but if I snack, I know I'll snack on more of the cheese balls, and I shouldn't eat more cheese balls! I've been eating so bad ever since Christmas. 'Cause, you know, I come home. Whenever I visit my family, the rest of them eat way more than I do. So then they like shove a whole bunch of food down my throat, and then they're like, oh, do you want second dinner? Do you want dessert now? Do you want second dessert? You want a third dessert? Of course you have room for dessert. You have a dessert stomach. We all have dessert stomachs. We all have extra room for dessert. Here, have some Dubai chocolate that mom made for some reason. Have a whole bar of it right now. Oh, if you don't eat it, you hate our food. Oh, you hate it. So I'm like, I guess I can shove one more chocolate bar. And then the past few weeks, I have been so spoiled. I've been baking my cookies for friends over the past few weeks. In exchange, a friend of mine has been feeding me really well. We are the cooking baking tag team. And their food is just too good. It's too good. I can't. I've been eating so much. I just stop. Yeah, chickpeas are nutritionally dense and pretty cheap. So like, there's a mac and cheese. There's like a boxed mac and cheese that's made out of chickpeas, I think. Called Goodles? I think it's chickpeas at least. Those cookies are worth a lot, so it's a valid treat. Okay, but what if I told you that I was fed an entire salmon fillet just for me? What did I do to deserve this? What did I deserve to be spoiled like this? Anyway, I need to. I'll eat after stream. I will not snack. I will eat after. Anyway, thank you, Bath & Body Vanilla Soap. Thank you so much. I know. My gluttony disgusts me. Biblical salmon greed. But yes, thank you so much, Bath & Body Vanilla Soap. I hope you enjoy some of these recommendations. Next one. Good advice. This is a sprinkle idol. As a fellow Kaigai idol, I normally apply to lots of idol fests around my state/general area. I really want to improve all aspects of myself. I am currently on a hiatus to try and improve these things and make a better audition tape. Found time after time I was getting rejected from some of the bigger named idol fests in my state, and it's really hard to face rejection in general, and I feel everyone tells you to just keep going, but after so many times it's hard to see improvement in a short amount of time. I was wondering if you had any advice on trying to grow in a short amount of time on your all-around idol skills. Thank you so much. I think the biggest mistake first is trying to rush yourself. Because that kind of improvement really, I guess if you had to speed run it, then put yourself on a super strict regimen every day. This is something that I used to do for myself, and I might get back into as I no, I'm not gonna be this strict on myself though. I was too strict. I would wake up at a very specific time in the morning, like 8 a.m. or something like that. Immediately get into exercising. Not let myself eat until after 12 p.m. After exercising, take a shower, and then go straight into at least an hour, if not 2 hours of singing practice. 30 minutes of which was just warming up. And then you do you do dance practice as well. And then I would also do music theory practice. And I would make myself do a little bit of lyric writing each day. And then I would also do my Japanese study as well. And then on top of that, after that, I had to get my recording work done and any deadlines for that day, and then do my stream. And then I would work until like midnight and then immediately go to bed and do the same thing over and over again. So I guess if you want to improve in a short amount of time, it would be basically doing all that. But then on top of that, you have to like... So Phoebe's been working on idol stuff for a very long time. Yes, Fufu is correct. I have been working on my idol stuff for a very, very long time. And it's... I think it's not fair to yourself to try and rush it, you know? It might be good to, you know, try and get a little bit of studying and practice in every day. But each day focus on something a little bit more than the others. Or each week focus on... Give yourself some realistic goals, you know? Like, don't be like, oh, my big goal is to get into this big idol festival. Set some micro goals for yourself too. Because for me, well, first of all, to-do lists and checking off to-do lists and goals and stuff feels so good. That is great for the freaking serotonin. It makes your brain go happy places. Same thing with micro goals though. Set some smaller goals for yourself. I want to increase my range by 3 semitones. I want to increase it by 3 half steps in the top part of my range or something like that. Or I want to be able to sing this line in this song on 1 breath, you know, and then practice those things. Grow at your own pace. You're gonna just... I feel like you'll only get frustrated with yourself if you try to rush it. You are doing a fantastic job already by trying to improve yourself and by working hard at this, you know? What you've already accomplished and the growth you've already had, whether it's something visible to you or not, is something to be proud of. And regardless of if you perform in those big idol festivals or not. But the reality of it is that a lot more people are doing Kaigai idol stuff nowadays than like when I started back in 2018 or so, you know. Sorry, oh my god, no, like 2017, 2018 or so. A lot more people are doing it, even though we are still a very, very small niche. So of course those big festivals are competitive. But like, start even at like local performances at your within your community. I think going and doing actual performances is probably one of the best ways of improving as well. It doesn't have to be at an idol festival. It doesn't even have to be at an anime related event. It doesn't even have to be at a Japan related event. It can be at your local farmer's market for all I know, if they're willing to give you a stage. Just do it, basically. Set habits you can consistently do instead of rushing. Exactly. And I would say that like those kinds of things are applicable to any kind of improvement you're trying to do, not just idle stuff. You know? Even if you can't see any noticeable growth, being self-aware about your circumstances and seeking out ways to improve is growth in and of itself. Exactly, Aqua. Exactly. It's better to meet an easy goal consistently than an aspirational goal that you can only meet some of the time. Soran is correct there as well. If I recall correctly, it took Phoebe a couple years before she started appearing in more idol shows. Of course. I was just doing like local like festivals and stuff first. And I was doing competitions first before. I mean, I'm not suggesting that you do that as well, but there also for me the biggest thing, there wasn't any idol shows really in my area for a while. And performances aren't the end all be all as well. They're not the end all be all. But they're certainly fun, aren't they? I hope that you'll be able to stand on lots of stages one day, Sprinkle Idol. I'm really proud of you for doing your best to improve yourself. Hang in there! Yes, Fofu remembers I did perform at a local spring festival when I was just a lass. Just a high schooler. There you go. Yeah, there. This one is from Ron, who wants good advice. Hey Phoebe, do you have any advice on getting fit or handling going to work out when there's a lot of people around? So for me in particular, I don't have a car. I also don't like working out when there's people around. But I have, when my housemates are all out is when I try to do my exercise. And I do it from home. You know, that way I also don't have to deal with people at the gym, even though I literally cannot go to the gym because I don't have a car. Otherwise, there are places you can like go to the... Ring Fit and YouTube Yes, Fufu's real. Fufu has a lot of good advice for this. Ring Fit and YouTube videos at home, or if you have people at home, go to a local park, you know? And then watch some of those YouTube videos at the park on your phone or something. Bring a little yoga mat with you, or even going out on a run, you know? Get out of bed, make your bed, exercise, talk to friends, plan a heist, rob a bank, hide the body, easy steps to a healthy lifestyle. Thanks, Captain Abel, for the pro advice. Thank you. Ring Fit actually is quite good for you. It really works. Also, I know some people use like Miku boxing and stuff. I personally use random YouTube videos. Ring Fit. I want to get back into Ring Fit. I just have to like let myself hook my Switch up to the TV sometime. When I first discovered Kaigai Idols, it seemed fun to me, seeing how hard they work can be tiring. I mean, you can also just do it ultra casual. There's nothing stopping you from like doing it super duper casually. It's like trying to... I think there's only a handful of us that are trying to do this as like a full career. And even for me, I don't think I could do... I mean, I guess maybe now I could do only Kaigai Idol stuff if I really wanted to pivot to that. But like, what's helping me to pay the bills at least is to be doing more than just Kaigai Idol. It's also doing the VTuber stuff. It's also doing singing and voice acting recording for people that hire me on. It's also consulting and stuff sometimes as well. It's a lot of things. Voice acting. But it's totally fine to do it casually too. Like you really don't have to work that hard. It's up to what makes you feel good and happy. Last time you did it, you got hurt and had to go to physical therapy. Ooh! I'm glad you're not letting it like deter you from doing it entirely. That'd be very sad. But definitely. Any advice on how to approach three-dimensional women? I have plenty of advice on that. However, I'm going off of the form right now, so you can submit your questions. Next month's theme is love and romance. So feel free to submit it to the form. There's a link below. Well, I'm kind of new here and I'm waiting for the good advice. Welcome in. We've given lots and lots of advice so far from the past few questions. I don't know how many questions we've done so far. We have 168 questions submitted. Yeah, hopefully that helps you, Ron. Best of luck with your fitness goals. Next is from Phoebe fan 67. How do I get invited to play music / do concerts at cons? I'd rather hear good advice, but I want to hear your bad advice on it as well, if possible. Okay, bad advice. Bad advice is... kidnap and hide all of your competitors. If there are no other applicants, then there are no other options. Good advice though. It's definitely build a portfolio. Depending on the size of the convention, if it's a small con, I mean, even if it's a very small con, well, first of all, don't expect to get into big cons unless you have a working portfolio or performance history. If it's a small convention, you still need a portfolio of some sort. So if you're a musician, definitely put together videos of yourself making music, doing what you're going to be doing on stage. Try non-convention performances at first too. Like I said, like local festivals, farmers markets, open mics, those kinds of events and stuff. And then you can put all that together into a little resume, little portfolio, represent that. But also keep in mind that you also want to try and stand out in some way. That's a little bit less important, I guess, for conventions, because they just want a wide variety of acts and stuff too. But basically build a portfolio. This helps you, Phoebe Fan 67. I hope you get to perform and do music at a lot of conventions. Like, guys, something exciting is happening. Tsuki's back from the babysitter. Tsuki's back. Hold on. She has been brought to my room. Hold on. Tsuki's back. Tsuki's home. Oh, I'm gonna give her so much snuggles and so much treats after stream. But yeah, Tsuki's back. As you guys can see, there are Tsuki emotes on Twitch. I need to make a still version of it so I can add it to YouTube. But Return of the Princess. Are you talking about Phoebe or the bunny? We are princess together. Tsuki's definitely princess. Hello. Oh, Tsuki's home. Tsuki's home. I missed you, my daughter. They're bringing her stuff up into the office right now. Emergency food. Shut. The baby. Dude, even boys can be princesses. Princess is a way of life. NB can be princess. Yes. This is true. This is the truth. Princess and witch are jobs. Exactly. Hold on, let me... Oh, this mic stand is kind of killing me right now. I got a new mic stand. It's supposed to be better, but... Oh god, why is everything... Ugh. There. Chuge! I call her lots of things. I call her Tsuki. I call her Dookie. I call her Chugi. Chuki. Chuge is my favorite recently. Chuge. Tsugi. Tsugi. I hope she remembers that her name is Tsuki, though. I call her so many things. I hope she knows her name is Tsuki. Suka? Suka, come here. No, that doesn't sound enough like Tsuki. Okay. Next one. Sorry. Chuggy. This next question is from our very own Rebloom. We love Rebloom. Hi Phoebe, I have agreed to running a half marathon this summer with no prior experience. My friend was very enthusiastic about it and wanting to work on their fitness, so I agreed to support them. But I just like lifting heavy rocks, run hard. What do I do? Bring on the bad advice. This friend also has the weakness of being recently engaged. There's so many ways. So many ways you could approach this. I mean, the most obvious thing is that your friend you don't have to do it if your friend doesn't do it, right? They're the whole reason why you're doing this, is this friend. So you need to nip the problem at the source. Break their legs. Just kidding. No. How about we schedule? You try and schedule the wedding. I think you should schmooze it up with your friend's fiancé and be like, hey, fiancé, I heard, did you hear this legend? That if you get married on this day, same day as the marathon, the Japanese luck rankings say that it's super lucky to get married that day. Also, look at this 50% off coupon for a venue. You know, there's so many. I would just be like, I think I'm like booked up. I am too busy every single weekend for the indefinite future, except for this one weekend on this one day. Oh, your husband would be so, or sorry, not your husband, your partner, your fiance would be so sad if I didn't make it. If I couldn't make it. I would be so sad if I couldn't make it. You know, I've shipped you guys ever since you first started talking. I knew that you were the one for them. I knew. Oh, but I would be so heartbroken. I'd be so heartbroken if I couldn't make it to your wedding, but I'm only free on that day. I'm busy every single day for the next 6 years, 7 years, 7. There you go. So you come crying to your friend's fiance about that. They have no choice. If that doesn't work, can't run if they've got no legs to run with. Just give birth. Just give birth the morning of the marathon. Text them the morning of the marathon. Be like, ooh, dude, I'm sorry. I have a stomach ache. I must have eaten something bad last night. Ooh. Unless you want me trailing all kinds of mud behind me as I run in the half marathon. I don't think I can make it, you know. I think it's a bit of a biohazard if I go and try to do the half marathon right now. I'm sorry, I'm in labor. yeah, there you go. Just get pregnant. That's another solution. Just get pregnant. Wait, friend. Can you bring me a snack? That would be wonderful. Please, I'm starving. Thank you. Sorry. That was me actually talking to... That was actually me talking to housemate. Well, yeah. Advice, get pregnant. Oh, Chuki's already back to nudging my feet. Chuki! I wonder if she's happy to be back. Man, I'd love to do this, but I've been contacted by an angel, and you know what? I'm so sorry. I had an overnight visit by 3 ghosts, and they told me that I can't run in the half marathon because I'm gonna be busy, like, you know, traveling back and forward in time and stuff with them, so... I know this is your special day that you've been planning for 6 years, but I don't think I can make it, so can we move it? But yeah, best of luck with the half marathon, Rombly, or best of luck with getting out of it. I wish you the best. Next one. Oh, no! They brought me the cheese puffs ball! They brought me the cheese balls tub! I was praying for anything but the cheese balls tub! It's the freaking cheese balls tub! Ah! That's all they brought me too! And thank you for bringing me a napkin. I appreciate it. Sheila! The tub finds a way. Here we are. More cheese balls it is. Oh, did you guys get to hear the crunch? The crunch? I guess your options are cheese balls or Suki. No, then I'm gonna eat the cheese balls. Next one is from Mewa, who wants good advice. Who says, have a nice day? Thank you. You have a nice day too. Paichi, get McDonald's. McDonald's, please. I do want to eat something healthier though. Ohachi! Ohachi! Currently, I'm a college student. When there's a lot of work, I always leave it until the deadline since I always feel like if I started early, I'd have less time to do other things like gaming. Is this a terrible mentality, and what's your advice to slowly fix this mentality? It's not a terrible mentality, but it could save you a lot more stress if you actually paced yourself properly. So like, what I like to do is I like to try and like split the, think about the big picture. What do I have to do for this? And split the work up into little bite-sized pieces. And give yourself deadlines for those bite-sized pieces instead of like the full thing. And then, if you want to take it a step further, like I like to do, schedule it out. Actually, get a freaking calendar, whether it's a Google Calendar or a physical calendar, and write down what days you're gonna be working on things and for how long and how much of it, you know? And that way, you'll see, oh, well, actually, then I have a little bit of time. If I work on this for like an hour each day over the next like 14 days, I'll have 3 hours to play League of Legends. I say that because I feel like those of you guys who ask me this advice, who have this issue, tend to be playing League of Legends. Now you might not be. So, do all your work at once so you have no work. That's another mentality too. That's another one. Do it all at once. But yes, thank you so much, Muwo. Best of luck with solving your procrastination. Okay. Next one is from Anon. How do you stream with 0 viewers? Bonus question. How do you stream if you want peace and quiet but live with loud friends/family? Thank you, Phoebe. Hope you have a good year. Love you more. Thank you. I hope you have a good year too. And I love you as well. Mwah. Thank you, Anonymous. How do you stream with 0 viewers? You do it and you pretend either like there's people there or like you're talking to yourself. Talk to the voices in your head. You are never alone. I mean, it's not bad advice, Fafu. So like, you just gotta talk. Just narrate it. Narrate it. Say what's happening. Say how you feel about it. Like as though you're talking to yourself. As though you're a narrator. Or pretend, if it helps, pretend that somebody is there listening to you. But yeah, learning how to monologue also helps. Just don't stream. I mean, everybody starts from somewhere, right? Some of the biggest streamers also started from 0 viewers. So they gotta start somewhere. But you gotta be okay with the fact that you're gonna have zero chatters sometimes when you start out. If you think about it, Let's Players don't have live viewers. Exactly! Think about that. Before live streamers, I would watch Let's Plays from like PewDiePie, from Markiplier. They don't, and then like one of my favorites, Manly Badass Hero. He doesn't talk to a live chat, he just talks to himself. You know? So, how do they do it? What do you like? What kinds of like reactions do you like? You talk like that so that when someone does accidentally stumble upon your stream, or you post to Twitter and like somebody accidentally comes upon your tweet and clicks it, you are already doing the entertaining, you're not going to bore them, and they're not going to click off your stream. I started out by constantly asking questions out loud, then answering them for myself, then chat started answering back. Exactly, Barry, that is such a good way of doing it. Asking yourself questions. Even Kizuna Eye. Even Jacksepticeye. And then bonus question, how do you stream if you want peace and quiet but live with loud friends/family? You either communicate with your friends/family, hey, I'm gonna be streaming from this hour to this hour, can you be quiet? Or if they're not okay with that, I guess you either have to build yourself a soundproof space around you, or if you don't have the resources for that, then kind of be okay with them being in the background, or find hours where they're not. You kind of have to find some kind of solution, you know. But I think the best thing to do is to communicate with them and like tell them, I will be streaming from this time to this time. Please try to keep things quiet. RML strap, thank you for it. It gets hot sometimes though. Oh yeah, you could try that as well. But best of luck, Anon, with what I'm assuming is your streaming journey. Now, a lot of people start out recording in their closets. Closest thing to a soundproof booth. Okay. This is a question that I can definitely answer from my own experience. From aspiring idol who says, I love you too, and wants good advice. Hello, Phoebe. I am a VTuber who likes to sing karaoke, and I have the opportunity to join an IRL performance in a few months. I get stage fright sometimes. How do I get past that? I think my vocals get shaky and I want to sound good. Thank you, Queen. Thank you for submitting that. This is I am the perfect person to ask about this because I struggled with this for years and sometimes I still do. Oh yeah. And to answer your question, Captain April, unlisted streams are a thing on YouTube. You can, in fact, do unlisted streams. Which has been good in the past for some agency auditions and stuff. That's how they do it. Sometimes. But yes, getting back to aspiring idols question. Keep in mind that you will always sound better off stage compared to on stage. Typically, unless you're like some kind of like super genius or something. But I'd say for me, for the first several years of me performing, I would go up on stage. I would practice super hard off stage. I would get to a point where I sound great. I would get on stage, and immediately the nerves would get me. I would lose all my support. I would turn into a wiggly noodle. And I would sound super shaky and I would crack a lot, is what would happen. Then I would get off stage and I would cry. But something kept drawing me back to the stage, so I kept doing it over and over and over again. And I really think that, like, a few things. First of all, doing it a lot is going to help. Just from, like, experience. Experience is the best way of learning. And unfortunately, that means you are going to have many, quote-unquote, bad performances. Or, like, quote-unquote, shaky performances. That's just the reality of it, because there's no way that you can improve otherwise, you know? Because it's a completely different environment on stage. How well you can hear yourself, how well you can hear the music, the way that the space sounds, the kind of sound equipment you have, affects how well you perform. Because a lot of music is hearing and adjusting, you know? And on top of that, too, it's a different environment, right? The lights can blind you. They can be hot on you and your body can feel different. It could be super dry up there, which has been like an issue sometimes with like stages that have a lot of like smoke effects and stuff. You can also and the audience can make you nervous. All of that can add to your nerves. So you need to be, one, kind to yourself and patient with yourself. Because it will feel different, it will be different, and it may be quote-unquote worse than it is off stage. But you need to understand that the more you do it, the more you're going to improve. So definitely just doing it is going to help you a lot. But also, the moment that I realized, at least when I finally got in front of like an audience that was there, not to judge me, because I had been doing a lot of like competitions and stuff up until that point, but an audience that like loved the songs that I was doing, an audience that like loved performers and idols, and we're just having fun. The moment you realize that they're gonna have fun as long as you're having fun, and you just let yourself have fun, then that helps with the nerves a lot. It helps a lot. And also, just keep in mind, don't, specifically for singing, try not to oversing. At like MagFest, for example, they didn't let me use my in-ear monitor, so I couldn't hear anything. So I did kind of go back to my bad habits from like a few years ago of like, I was basically yelling the performance out just to hear myself. And that is kind of like not your fault, really. It's like the fault of like the venue. It's the fault of whatever sound equipment they have. If you can't hear yourself, but if you can't hear yourself, try to hear yourself in other ways. Rest in pepperoni stream. Oh, did the stream die? Try to hear yourself in other ways. Oh. Huh? It's been fine on your end? I think it's been okay on Twitch. Stream was being weird and looping. Huh? Seems good now. So maybe that was a YouTube issue. The app messed up too. Oh. I think that was on YouTube's end then. Probably. Darn it, so maybe it didn't catch what I was saying. Yeah, interestingly enough, Twitch was 100% okay, so it seemed to be a YouTube issue. Thank God. I didn't see my bitrate drop this time, so I was like, it's not me. Maybe this means that maybe the internet issues are fixed. Maybe. But this is not helping with my testing right now. Anyway. Thank you so much, aspiring idol. And I hope that this helps. Just persist, and you will eventually get over your stage fright. I still get nerves, but my nerves still make me shakier on stage than I am like off of stage. I still have nerves and still get shaky a little bit, but definitely not as much as before. It's the theme of today's advice stream. New year, new me was the theme. New year, new me. Welcome Abercrombie Fitch. Wow, the Abercrombie. That's crazy. Also, hi Kaiserin. Welcome in. Eating a banana before the performance helps too. With nerves? Wait, really? Worst case scenario is pooping yourself on stage. Solution: get it over with and poop yourself on stage. What? Oh yes. Thank you, guys. Next one is from our very own Tradgore, who wants good advice. Hey Phoebe, I'd ask for advice, but I need like actual therapy, and it would just be me trauma dumping. I can give advice. Probably not as good as a therapist though, so definitely try and get therapy. But if you ever got a vent about it, I guess there's the advice corner form. I think anybody and everybody could benefit from therapy, to be honest. Anyway, Tradgore, college sophomore year, congrats! Going into next semester is going to be weird as I have a schedule that's preventing me from doing a lot of extracurricular stuff like clubs. Any suggestions as to how I can get some social connections? I wish I knew a little bit more about what your schedule is like. I mean, if it's that you don't have a lot of after school or after class time, or like weekend time, then I guess there's also doing study groups for your classes. Definitely talk to people in your classes. And then maybe like, if you can't go out for club stuff, maybe doing some like online Discord club stuff, you know? Then that's at least a little bit of social interaction. But if it's like specific social connection, the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV, actually, that is some legit advice right there. Not even bad advice. Not even bad advice. Oh, Abercrombie, thank you. Cause so many people I know not only made like lifelong friends in Final Fantasy XIV, some met their spouses, some met their fiancés and their partners in Final Fantasy XIV. It is a very social game. We need a tally for every time someone brings up 14. Well, have you guys heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV? the free trial up to level... Oh, I don't know how high the free trial goes up to anymore. Yeah, Fufu has friends she's known since she was an actual kid. Because of that game. You know what? I'm proud that I got you into 14. I'm proud. Your friend was cheated on, partially because of Final Fantasy 14. What do you mean? What's the story? I've always been so afraid to actually socialize through games. I was terrified of something bad happening. What kind of something bad? Most of the time, it's just normal people like you. But I understand wanting to be cautious of people online. But isn't that just people online in general? Been wondering, but do you play a Lala, Phoebe? Isn't that obvious? Isn't that obvious that I'm a Lala? Oh, Phoebe, the tea is so hot and so long. That's what someone said. Anyway, I mean, feel free to share with us if you want. Yes, that obvious. Ah! Of course, you're like a bean. Perhaps I am. Then the whole thing is, no one wanted to. None of my friends wanted to marry my character or have a wedding with me in Final Fantasy 14 when I was a bean. They didn't want to marry a potato. I was like, oh, but I'm such a cute potato, you know? And they're like, before we can even consider having a wedding ceremony with you, you gotta change your you gotta change your race. And I'm like, damn! This is anti-Lalafell slander right here. You would date a tomato but not a potato. Damn. I don't think there was no kindergartner that looks like a Lalafell. True. You're right, Lolas look like toddlers. There's no human that looks like a Lalafell. Anyway, it made me so sad that I changed to a Mikote, a cat girl. But now I have changed back to a Lalafell because I want to feel more like me. A bean. They're literally designed after toddlers. Really? I mean, toddlers are adorable, and Lalafells are adorable. A cat girl, that's worse. So what is an acceptable species in Final Fantasy 14 then? Battle babies. So for those of you guys that are not familiar, the Lalafells in Final Fantasy 14 are itty bitty, small, short, little, stubby potato looking people. Very cute. Kumako! How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the stream. And what were you guys up to? Did you have a good one? Hopefully. Cody Yuki, thank you for the raid earlier as well. I'm sorry that I did not see it. I did not see it. Pandaren and WoW. I don't think I got to play the expansion where they introduced Pandaren. When me and Fufu were really little, our parents played World of Warcraft, so we got to borrow their accounts sometimes, and we would just play house in World of Warcraft. I keep almost saying Final Fantasy 14. A Maido chocolate, a cozy cat girl cafe game. Wait, that sounds so cute. Hold on. Let me look this up. Iro chocolate. Oh, the art is so cute. The art is so cute. It's a cabbage soft game. Only played WoW for a month, but then my laptop got malware and started playing ads whenever I opened it, so I couldn't play it anymore. Wait, did you get malware through WoW? Oh. Also, take care, LD. So hard to convince people on the cost of a sub for 14. Is it? Is it that bad though? I feel like it's worth. Can I tell the RP story? Yes, Fafu. You can you can tell the story. You can tell the story. People will pay for Netflix and not watch anything but bulk of monthly cost for a game, right? Can't find any MMOs that are cool. Final Fantasy 14 is very cool. Dang, back in the day I played like L-Sword. I played Terra online for a bit. Hold on. Hold on, my life's falling apart. Give me a second. I'm gonna need help with that later. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, BioStaff. Thank you. Oh boy. Oh boy. The barricade that keeps Suki out of my wires is falling apart right now. Phoebe, did we have the same old school MMO experience? Wait, you too, Arcan? Wait a second. What else did you play? Or was it just those? Oh, Fafu, do you wanna like get on my stream? Hold on, let me see if Discord and stuff is set up on this PC. Let me just see if I can. Is the question? I'm okay with it. Let me just see if I can. Because this is my very first. This is my very first stream on my new PC, so not everything is set up yet. Guild Wars 2! Oh my god, wait a second. Arcan, we might just have had the same exact MMO experience. What the heck? I was a plant in Guild Wars 2. But I didn't play as much of it as L-Sword and Terra. Runes of... Wait, why does that sound familiar? Runes of Magic. Runes of Magic. Wait a second. It's coming back to me. I played this too, huh? I played quite a bit of this, huh? Magic Cavi? That one doesn't sound familiar. Magic Cavi. Oh. Oh my god! Yes, I remember this guy. I did play Runes of Magic. I remember the Magic Cavi. Damn. Okay, I didn't play Defiance though, at least. Cable trays, double-sided tape, cable sleeves, cable trunking, etc. are such a godsend when you have a tiny wire-chewing children. I need to make a better setup. I need to make a better setup for keeping her out of my wires, and I think it's gonna involve a lot of the things that you listed. Probably. But yes, Tradgore, I hope that you are able to get some socialization in. Thank you so much for submitting your question. Thank you. And there could be social activities earlier in the day. That is true. That is also true. We're gonna do just a few more. My fingers are now covered in cheese ball powder. So I'm gonna do just a few more because I'm making a big mess everywhere. And I don't have a BRB screen set up yet. But I was able to make it to the 2-hour mark for the stream without the stream going down, without my bitrate going down. So, I'm feeling hopeful. I feel like maybe this new PC has, in fact, solved my internet issues. I think it was just the old PC being old as heck. We got to what, 10 out of 157? There's 171 questions, my guy. What if we try to speed run some of it? This is from Dear Precious Solemn, who says, hi, Phoebe. Hi, Solemn. Hi. Solemn says, what do you think is a good way for someone my age to meet potential romantic interests in our scene? And that is the hard part, right? Someone, like, you're not old at all, you know? But there's so many super way too young people in the community. I know what you mean. Rather, finding somebody your own age is difficult. Because like you reach a certain point after 25 where I think a lot of people either are like eligible people either are already in like long-term or like super committed relationships or marriages at that point. Everyone who lived is 20. Yeah. I mean, this kind of is sort of like earlier where there was a question that was like, how do I get that like extra boost or financial push or like social media boost that I need to push my career further? And then what I said was just give Lady Luck as many opportunities to find you as possible. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being your wonderful self. Because honestly, I think you're an extremely eligible bachelor, Solemn. You are extremely eligible. And you are so wonderful. And I think anybody would be like very lucky to have you as their partner. However, I think it's like just a matter of then putting yourself out there. I mean, you're putting yourself out there. Obviously, everybody knows you as the guy that lifts people at cons. Maybe not just at cons too. I mean, I think it is important for someone with your lifestyle to be with somebody who either has the same interests as you or is okay with like you going and like and going to all these events and stuff, and maybe they'll come along with you too. So it is probably easier to meet people. It is probably easier to meet people at these events as well. But then maybe it's just a matter of meet more people. Show the world that you're a very eligible bachelor by just continuing to be your wonderful self, being kind, being genuine. I think that, at least I like to think that, love finds you when you least are looking for it or when you least expect it. It's gonna feel a lot slower if you're actively looking, but I think what it is don't like give up, but like keep meeting people and keep your heart open, but without like expectation, you know. Keep your heart open, you know. I think you're great. I think it's just a matter of meeting the right person now. That's so hard, right? Ooh! I have a question for you, Solemn. Say you met the love of your life. And this love of your life, they were uncomfortable with you lifting others and wanted to be the only person that you lifted for the rest of your life. What would your feelings on that be? Would you agree to lift only them forever for the rest of your life? Or would you have to find some kind of compromise? Lifting monogamy. Aren't relationships about exclusivity anyways? For some people. For others, no. Sounds like they're insecure and jealousy. But what if they had like a very specific trauma with regards to that, and that's why? Like they don't want to be like, they don't want to have those feelings, but they can't help it because of their trauma. It wouldn't be that much of a sacrifice, TBH. I don't think that's an indicator of a healthy start to a relationship, right? That is true as well. Sorry, I just thought of that right now. But thank you, Solemn. And let it be known here, on Phoebe Chan Chibi's stream, on this day of January 20th, 2026, that Solemn 193 is an extremely eligible bachelor, and you ladies who are over the age of 25 or 24, I don't know, should go and keep your heart open to Solemn. I'm sorry, everyone in this chat is a man. Actually, I have the highest ratio of female fans in my circles. and just non-male fans in general. Aha. There you go. Got the NBs too. Yes, thank you, Solemn. So, this one is from a lion that may be fourth. Tetra lion! Perhaps. Wants bad advice in an Ojo-sama voice. What's the next step in facilitating your dominance of all media? How can I best serve your grace's inexorable takeover of entertainment as a whole? It's only a matter of time before the FeebeeHive is a FeebeeHive mind that spreads throughout the entire world. It's only a matter of time. There's nothing that you must do, but if you would like to serve me, if you would like to better speed up the process, then you can play my music, play my most recent album, Rebloom Best of Phoebe 2020 to 2025 on a blast. Play it through the streets, put a speaker on your car, and play it for everybody until it gets engraved in their minds, in their little mind flesh, till they can't stop hearing that we're writing our fairy tale. And subtly, or not so subtly, spread my music to all of your friends and family. And have them do the same thing, like it's a pyramid scheme. Ha ha ha! Recruit people and you get honey. Those are some things you can do. Or maybe you can just make a little tweet like, wow, that little guy is so great. Wow, they're pretty cool. They work really hard. They have a big heart, a big brain, and a big ass. And a big voice. Listen to this. You know? Look at this little guy. Of course, Phoebe, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll listen to Rebloom, I'll watch your streams, I'll kiss your feet. Do you need me to kiss your feet? Because I will. Not that I want to or anything, but if I have to, I'll even kiss them sloppy style, but not because I want to. Alright, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Have you considered speaking less words? It's crazy. Twitch chat is popping right now. What is wrong with you guys? YouTube chat, where are you at? You're gonna drown them out. They're being freaks. They're being freaks in the Twitch chat. All right, thank you, Lion. That may be fourth. Thank you. There you go. Firefly Type 4 asks how to live after being betrayed. Bring on the bad advice. How to live after being betrayed? It's not a matter of how to live. You will live. And the life that you will live is one full of earthly pleasures. The best way to get back at the person who betrayed you is to live your best life. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna have a 1.035 kilogram net weight tub of Oots cheese balls in your arms, and you're going to shove fistfuls of it in your mouth. You're gonna go out there and confess to that person who you've been eyeing for months. You're gonna go skydiving. You're going to live your very best life. And that's the best way to get back at the person who betrayed you. So you take that 1.035 kilogram tub of Oots cheese balls and you shove fistfuls of it in your mouth. You live your best life. And that's how you're going to live after betrayal. Also, thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Pumpkin. Pumpkin, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Pumpkin Potion's lovely pumpkin patch. Sweet, thanks for swinging on in. Hi, Phoebe. Hi, Pumpkin. Everybody, Pumpkin here is precious friend and someone whom I admire very, very, very much. Actually, while you're here, hold up. Hold up. We're doing an advice corner stream right now, but I must show you something. Back behind me. Is my head in the way? No. It's one of... Oh! This one. This one up here above my head. This flag on in my garden background above my... Oh my gosh. There. Above my head. That's a pumpkin potion flag right there. Pumpkin has a flag. 'Cause I love and admire her very, very, very much. I think she has been a positive force of good in my life, and I feel very, very lucky, very, very lucky to have been able to meet her. She's beautiful, beautiful voice, and a beautiful mind and soul as well. And I just need you guys all to know how much I love her very, very much. So if you're ever looking for a fun time from someone with an angelic voice who can tickle the ivories real well, who's also very heckin' silly, then please go check out Pumpkin Potion. But welcome to the advice stream. It's been a lot of people asking for very serious advice, but this person asked for bad advice on how to live after being betrayed. What was the conclusion? Well, the conclusion was not how to live, because you will live on. And the way that you're gonna live is by living your best life, because that's the best revenge against the person who revenged against you. So go enjoy your life full of earthly pleasures. Mega Man 7, but the game was being unreasonable. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry. But I hope you had fun anyway. I hope you had a way to have fun. I'm honored and I adore you. I adore you too. And I hope we'll be able to catch up sometime now that it is the new year. Happy New Year to all of you guys. And welcome to the Phoebe Hive. I'm Phoebe, your 2.5D blooming flower idol who loves to perform and write songs. Write songs and perform them on both the real life and the virtual stage. It was a very frustrating experience, but there were fun parts too, and yes, we'll definitely catch up soon. Yes, please! Yes, yes, yes. But I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you managed to have a good time despite that. And I hope all of you guys had a good time too, but of course you did, because it was a pumpkin stream. A pumpkin peen. It was great. And yeah, welcome to my monthly... sorry, what it's going to be my monthly advice stream. If Pumpkin recommends you, you get a follow from me. Thank you. You know, I do like to think that because I have been approved of, that I'm a good bean. Because Pumpkin has an eye and ear for good beans. Definitely. Have some good food, Pumpkin. And thank you so much. I love you bunches as well. Oh yeah, Sylvie. And those of you guys that are in here, I'm assuming you like music. If you do, please feel free to check out my newest album that just dropped about a month and a half ago. Rebloom Best of Phoebe 2020 to 2025. And it means a lot to me. I put my favorite works that I've made so far on it. So feel free to go check it out. Yeah, you can use !album in the Twitch chat if you want to get a link to it, but I think it's also possibly in my panels below. And yes, I recommend Phoebe. She has an incredible voice and wildly professional stage presence. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you. Enjoy your foods. And you guys have a good time, alright? Phoebe is a woman of great wisdom. Yes, that is why I have 171 submissions to this advice corner. Oh yeah, we're gonna try to speedrun it though, because we have been going for like 2.5 hours and we made it through like what? 12 questions or something. Okay. Next question. From a 9-to-5er. Why is gacha so painful? Why do I have to spark? That is so real. Bring on the bad advice, they said. Oh no, Oguri Cap didn't want to come home. I am sorry. A relatable experience, to be honest. Why is gacha so painful? Gacha is painful to remind you that you're alive. During the moments where you become too stationary in your life. You must be reminded. You must be reminded to strive for more. You must be reminded. You must be reminded to aim higher. And sometimes aiming higher is spending your money on PNGs in silly games. The pain of failed gacha is there to remind you of the pain of life. The pleasure of a successful spark is there to remind you that there is hope in this world and there's reason to live. We roll to roll along with life. We roll to feel something. So yes, did you have to spark? No. But you're the better man for it, or woman, or non-binary person. Lonely rolling spark. Yeah, so 9-to-5er. I'm here to bless all your pulls from now on. Please bless my pulls in Arknight's Enfield this Thursday. Thank you. But my best girl, she's gonna be free. My best girl is free. As long as you log in for 14 days. Aya. But now she's been renamed to Ardelia in this game. You know I'm gonna cosplay her. You know I'm going to, so look forward to that. Thank you for the 200 bits, Sotomolo. I appreciate. And welcome to all new followers as well. Feel free to join our Discord if you want to hang out with us. Okay. This one is from another Anon. If you could give your past self a piece of encouragement, what would it be? Sorry, it's not a straightforward advice question, but nothing hits as strongly as someone giving others a glimpse into the lessons they've learned from life. And if it's something you found meaningful, it will certainly strike a chord with others as well. To be honest, I feel as though the way I learned everything in my life, I feel as though the way that life kind of like turned out for me ended up being like the most natural, like the progression of things. And despite the hurt that I've felt in the past, despite all the ways that I've been kicked down, I don't think I would have changed any of it. Like looking back, I could be like, oh, tell your younger self not to audition for random VTuber agencies because every single agency she joins, all 3 of them are going to go up in flames. Or tell your younger self to be careful of mean people that will just step all over her and use her and like tell your younger self that they like need to be more confident or whatever. I feel like I learned to be more confident at the points where it made the most sense. So I guess what I would tell myself is that it's not for nothing. And that's not really a piece of advice or an encouragement or something that would change anything. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it would help me to feel a little bit better about things. Because there have been several points where I have felt really hopeless. But I have stubbornly persisted through. Because that's just the kind of person that I am. But there have been points where I've been like, ugh, gosh, maybe if I didn't insist on doing things the Phoebe way all the time. Maybe if I let myself be a more uncaring person, maybe things would be easier for me. But I think that stubbornly persisting, getting up despite being kicked down, being kind even in moments where nobody was being kind to me, continuing to try and stand up for the beliefs and the values that I have, even when it made no sense, or even when maybe I could have taken the easier way out by doing things differently. Like, in the end, I think it was all worth it. And I'm still in the process of figuring things out. I'm still in the process of learning. I'm still in the process of getting to where I want to be, dreams-wise, life-wise. But I think I'd like to keep doing things as Phoebe. I'd like to keep doing things my way, with the people that I care about, for the things that I care about. So maybe I would go back and tell the Phoebe who, like, felt like she was maybe making a mistake. Like, that it is worth it. You're doing just fine. and that things get better. I don't know, it's so weird, because I could say I made a bunch of mistakes. Not investing in Bitcoin, not buying a house when I was in the womb, not auditioning for certain companies during times when I probably should have auditioned for them, or auditioning for them during times when I shouldn't have auditioned for them. But in the end, I am happy. I'm very, very happy that I'm where I'm at, and I think that things will work themselves out one way or another in the end. That's what I like to believe. So, for all the mistakes that I've made in my life, I don't regret them. And I hope you guys can feel the same. Womb house is a womb house is a big one, right? Okay, we're gonna have to speed run a little bit now. This one's from Peppy. Have a good day, eat some soup. You too, have a good day, eat some soup. Hi Phoebe, my dream is to become a full-time 2.5D idol like you. Do you have any advice on the content creation process? Good advice, please. We've answered lots of similar questions earlier, and I'm really happy to know that people trust me to come ask me for advice on their dreams like this. It makes me very happy. This is a very broad question, and we've already had certain answers for it earlier. I think it's good to know what you want to create. Don't just create whatever. Have a vision for it, because that'll help save on time, on resources. It'll help you feel good about what you make, and it'll help you to stand out, which helps with growth in general. And I'd say don't really go full time until you are able to pay your bills and stuff with it. But you can definitely work up to that point, you know. But know as well that the reason why I'm able to do this full time is because I'm not doing just one thing. I'm doing 5 things full time right now. The idol stuff, the IRL idol stuff. Again, the VTubing stuff, singer-songwriter stuff, voice acting stuff, consulting stuff, all kinds of things. Your decisions are what made you you. We wouldn't have Phoebe without all the decisions you made in the past, right? Right? And I'm happy, I think. Wow, it's crazy that I'm able to say this now. I'm happy to be me. Because it's me that gets to spend time like this with you. It's me that gets to sing the songs that I love. It's me that gets to stand on the stages that I'm proud of. And it's me that gets to make memories with the FeebeeHive. And also Kitty Warrior, hello! Big love to you, friend! And thank you so much for resubscribing for 27 months. Welcome back to the Beehive. Also, take care, Biosoft, Oyasubi, and have a good night. Don't push yourself too hard. This one. Also, best of luck to you, Peppy. This one is from Chiramu. Hi, Phoebe. I'm just starting to learn how to sing and play piano, and my goal by the end of the year is to make an original song. Do you think that's feasible, or should I focus on practicing first? That's totally feasible. And sometimes, like I said earlier, the best kind of practice is just doing. And honestly, you're not going to get better at making songs until you make a song, you know? Now, whether or not you want to release the song, whether you're proud enough of it to release it is up to you. But I like looking back at my, first original songs and seeing, how I feel about it, you know? Your performances as a VTuber and live idol are super inspiring. Thank you. And your costumes are beautiful. Sorry this wasn't really related to my question. That's okay, thank you. That's very kind of you. Of course, practice. Practice a lot. But also, I think creating while you're practicing, don't wait till you get to a certain level or whatever to start creating. Be creating while you're practicing. Be creating while you're improving. And the creating is, in and of itself is going to be improvement to you. You got this. And I'm excited to hopefully get to hear your original. Oyasubi! Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Another one is... Paichi's here. Hi. Hello. Oh, Ayo. Oh, damn, you're gonna also make it?
Well, I didn't make it. I just craving.
I'll have, you know what I'll do? I'll have a small thing of curry right now, and then I will also partake in quesadillas when, yeah. Thank you. But emphasis on small so that I can eat it. Thank you. I love my housemates. They are my best friends. Not related, but I was just looking at your upcoming thumbnails, and I wanted to say all your expressions are so cute, so pretty, and all of them. Thank you. They can be quite silly, huh? But yeah, as you could hear, Paichi is cooking right now. Cheese puff curry. Oh man! I've been snacking so much on these cheese puffs, I'm gonna ruin my appetite. Hold on. I'm putting this on the floor. Oh, but now my fingers are covered in cheese puff powder. Carefully writes down all advice pointed towards 2.5D idols. I hope it helps you, Mai. I've been snacking on that Oots cheese balls tub. Yeah, so I guess they made curry for dinner. But then Paichi was like specifically craving tacos / burritos / quesadillas. So now she's making that too. So there's 2 dinners. I'm gonna have 2 smaller dinners so that they can count as 1 dinner. Peachy, right? Let Suki clean them. I feel like Suki, first of all, might not like the taste of cheese ball powder. Second of all, it's probably definitely not good for her. Stratus to dip the cheese puffs in the curry. I wonder what that would be like. I'd have to do it one at a time so that it doesn't get soggy. Okay, next one is from our very own Paparalon, who wants bad advice. Yo, Phoebe, is it cool if I go to the restroom asking for a friend, but it's kind of an emergency, so please answer ASAP? This was posted on January 5th, 2026, 10:42 p.m., so please hurry! Ah! You're gonna have a UTI, my guy! No! Oh, no! Go, yes, you may go to the bathroom. You can finally, oh, bro, are you alive? You good? Are you good? You have the bathroom pass now, it's yours. The bathroom pass is yours, Papa. Go! Go to the bathroom! Bro's kidneys exploded like grenades. Well, also, you should apply for a Guinness World Record now. Okay, terrible. If there is a Guinness World Record for longest time pee held, then shame on them for encouraging urinary tract infections like that. Kidney failure like that. This is the start of a Chubby Emu video. Anybody else in here watch Chubby Emu? He's like a young VTuber fan held their pee for 15 days waiting for their Oshi to respond for them. Waiting for their Oshi to respond to them. This is what happened. We start in the emergency room. Like, no! No! Please! Really putting the dye in diarrhea. No! It's not months, it's just 15 days. A young man was admitted to the hospital with an abdominal pain. Patient P held their pee for 15 days, waiting for their Oshi to respond. Please don't do that, you guys. Please don't. Please don't. This next one is from Koyuki. What have you learned about how to grow an audience? Good advice, please. I love you, but you only have 48 hours to save the Earth. What is happening? Papa Roland had 15 days to hold his pee, and I have 48 hours to save the Earth. What will we do? Also, thank you, Paichi. Paichi brought me some curry. Curry.
Curry.
This may be the last curry that I ever eat.
Curry your favor?
Ha! Oh wait, this is good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's got mushrooms.
The meat that's in it. So it's stewed. So it has
Oh, thank you. Have it too. Well, we're doing this Macross style. I am saving the Earth with music. I am saving the Earth with song. What have I learned about how to grow an audience? To be honest, I'm still figuring it out. But people nowadays have such small attention spans. You need to kind of constantly be posting something. I hate it, but like they do encourage posting something once a day, especially to like shorts or to TikTok or something like that. Post something once a day. I try at the very minimum to tweet once a day, you know. But I mean, being kind to your community is one thing, like making genuine connections with your community, but in order to even build a community first, I guess it's like people's attention spans are very small. Something you gotta keep in mind nowadays that you didn't necessarily have to keep in mind before. And I have so much cheese puff powder on my fingers. I can't even eat the curry because I don't want to hold a spoon with my cheese puff covered fingers. But yes, definitely be kind, be genuine, and also be consistent. Aww. So this next one is from someone named Fred. How do you get over an unrequited love? Asking for a friend and totally not because it's been over a year and it still haunts me. I love that this person uses a lot of kitty mouths too. I hope your days stay as bright as ever and that more success comes to you and Densetsu.EXE. Thank you. It brings me joy to see you on my timeline. Thank you. I'm glad and I wish you lots of joy too. As for how to get over unrequited love. It's difficult when you have a lot of love in your heart and you can't direct it at the person or the thing that you want to direct it at. But instead you should try to direct it towards something else. I've got a lot of love in my heart. It needs to come out, you know? It's like having the zoomies. So I feel lucky enough to have a wonderful community, wonderful friends to direct that love towards. But I think someone that you can start by directing the love towards is yourself, of course. Which sounds really like cliche, but it's true. It's because it's true. It's like when people are like, oh, exercising is gonna make you feel better. And then you exercise and you're mad because it's true. It's true. Just like, find a way to love yourself and find friends to direct all that love towards as well. Try loving them a little more. Try loving yourself a little bit more, you know? Yeah, how did Phoebe get over Sora? Shut up! Shut! I ship Sora with someone. You know. And you know, at some point, I deserve a little treat without feeling guilty. Yes, exactly. That's one way to love yourself. One way. You should love yourself now! Or else! It's true though, like find other things or people to direct it towards. It doesn't even have to be people. It can be a pet, it can be a hobby, it can be a fandom. Well, that can end up being kind of toxic. But, you know, find other things to direct it towards. And I don't know. And I think that's one way to do it. And like I said, to Solemn and to some people earlier, I think that love finds people when they expect it the least. So, know that you have your entire life ahead of you. And that surely, one day. This one is from Souza. This year, my precious little bro VTuber Souza. Well, former VTuber, but still little bro Souza. This year, I'd like to make progress on myself and especially try to get over my past relationship since my ex is already seeing someone. Okay, this is like tied to the previous one, which usually isn't a problem unless I forget my meds. In that case, it all spirals down and I start overthinking. What's the best way to start fresh? Maybe even try to let go of the past. I think. Well, first of all, if you are able to, if you have the resources to, therapy helps. But like, in addition to that, try to look forward to the future as well. I find that like when I look too much to the past, it helps to find something to look forward to, you know? If you don't have anything you can think of off the top of your head, then make something to look forward to, you know? Give yourself something to look forward to. No start is fully fresh. We are shaped by our previous experiences. But also let yourself be proud of getting past it. You're already well on your way into a bright, fresh future. You are. Even if it feels like it haunts you, like it comes back to haunt you every now and then. How exciting will it be to like meet new people and to discover new things and to experience the future as the you that you are right now and as the you that you have yet to become. Actually, you know what? Listen to my song Start Again. That's my advice for you. The additional comments or request says, "Hi sis, I love you. Thank you for doing this. Hit me up. Let's hang." I love you too. When I have the time to, I hope to hang out with you and lots of friends. Again, real soon. Real soon. Big love, big love, big love. Tempest Mask, thank you so much for resubscribing for 31 months as well. Big, 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 big love. Wowzers, 31 months. That's the maximum number of days in a month. I might have forgotten to submit for advice, but I must ask, what can a sometimes busy bee like me do when motivation for a project is being lampshaded by a perfectionist impulse? My personal answer? Do what Phoebe would do. Good answer. Also, thank you. Welcome back to the Beehive. And I'm definitely really, really harsh on myself, and I'm a big perfectionist too. But, you just really gotta try to drive it home in your brain that, like, nothing is perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. You can try to do everything right and exactly to the specifications that you want, and it still technically won't be perfect. But you can't reach that point unless you do things and get better, right? And also, why are you even doing this? Is it to create something perfect? Why did you get into it in the first place? Did you love it because you created something perfect and that was cool? No, probably not. Remember why you even do this in the first place. Why are you do? Why are you do? Exactly, Fafu. Why are you do? Okay. I'm gonna try to speed run a little bit more. Just a few more. Comfy Magus says, how do you motivate yourself to put time and effort into passions when everyday stuff runs you down? I want to start playing guitar again after a decade, but I'm often pretty exhausted after a long day of work. Any tips on staying motivated to work at something after spending 9 hours in the email mines? Oh god. Well, definitely what helps is I personally love checking off to-do lists. It gives me a huge boost of serotonin. If you make yourself a little like to-do list and you put practice guitar for any amount of time on there, then it can make you feel good to check it off. And any amount of time should be good starting out. You know? Even 10 minutes. Even 10 minutes. And it also helps to schedule out your days too. If you know what time you're getting home, if you know how long you need for dinner, if you know how long you need for like a shower, you can also try to schedule in like, and if you know what time you want to go to bed, ideally, then try to schedule in that time for yourself. You know, maybe say you're gonna give yourself a reward. If you manage to practice guitar for like 5 days in a row, you can go get yourself something nice for dinner. You know, that kind of thing. And I'm sure once you get back into the hang of it, once it becomes like a habit for you, then you'll love it enough, you know? So just for it to be motivation in and of itself, even on tired days. Okay. This one is from Wannabe Adrian Nui. He said, "Hi, I'm going to enter college once I graduate this school year. I'm currently struggling to find myself actually studying instead of gaming. Any tips on how to lock in since the course I'm trying to get into is not the easiest to enter?" Well, the fact that you even can acknowledge that it's going to be a challenge is good. It's very, very good. I think honestly, it's difficult right now because you're in your senior year, right? Senioritis is probably setting in. I know it's tempting. It's tempting to just relax and play games. But since you know that you're gonna have to, I don't know how the school system works for you over there. Typically by this point in the school year, at least over here in the States, you're like good to go. If you got into your major, you got into your major. You don't really have to and then you just can kind of coast for the rest of the school year and through the summer until you start school in the fall. I don't know what it's like over there. Maybe you have prerequisites you gotta do. Or maybe you know that it's gonna be really hard once you start your course, and so you should probably study a little extra. In that case, I do think that it's okay. Don't try to cut out your hobbies like gaming entirely. It's gonna burn you out. But if you can make yourself, going back to this again, make yourself some goals and a schedule. Try to schedule studying out for yourself. What do you need to know? What do you need to study? How much of it do you need to study? How much time per day are you going to study? And then how much time per day are you going to game? Or even use gaming as a reward for yourself. Fufu also is kind of sort of right. That C's do... I can say this to you, C's get degrees, but unfortunately I was also the kind of person who was like, I need to get an A. Minimum. A minus maybe, or else I will perish. It's not like my parents didn't even put that pressure on me. I put that pressure on me. But it is kind of true. As long as you're passing, because after college, employers are not gonna. Really, most will not look at your individual class grades and stuff. Yuri Reader 420, I love your name. C's get degrees, but unfortunately you don't remember much. Yeah. I was motivated when my parents were paying for my college, but now having a job, I don't really care. which is also valid. But yes, best of luck to you. I do suggest don't cut out gaming entirely, but make yourself a plan. Don't procrastinate, my guy. A few more. A girl you read Yuri with gave it to you. I see. Well, I hope that you and that girl continue to have fun reading Yuri together. Yuri Reader 420. It's fantastic. Oh. Let's see. Also, since a watch streak did not pop up in chat, I said on second thought, listen to Fufu. Let's see. Next up is Tap. Tap asks, for bad advice on this. How can I focus at work? My desk is right by a hallway intersection and people stand there and have 15-minute long conversations. I have ADHD and I'm struggling to hear myself think. You know what you should do? If they're talking loudly over your thoughts, you should voice every single one of your thoughts in a very loud voice out loud too. Talk over them. They talk over your thoughts talk over them. And then maybe they'll go away. Maybe they'll go away. Thank you, Tap. Best of luck with that situation. This one is a question from Shayana Jones. Thank you. How can I show my true self and personality to others by how I dress? This feels like a Shugo Kara question. For example, clothes, hair, color, style, and so on. I hope everyone is having a wonderful new year and a new self-love. I hope so as well, and you too, Shayana. So, I mean, for me, the way I dress is really, really important to me too. I have come to, like, fashion has become a big part in my own self-expression. So I think, let yourself experiment a lot. See what clothes feel good on you. It doesn't necessarily have to match up perfectly with your personality or anything. But see what makes you the most happy, makes you feel the most shiny, makes you feel the most beautiful. So try different clothes, try different hairstyles, try different colors and stuff. Try different accessories, do a little bit of research, make a Pinterest board or something. And I think I've been having a lot of fun feeling pretty recently. Maybe even like make a fashion account where you can post pictures of your outfits and stuff. That's wonderful, Pykel. See? Join them, steal their bone marrow. Jesus. You just bought a shirt with a dragon on it. What kind of dragon? Like a fantasy dragon or like a Chinese dragon? Because that could be you tapping into different parts of yourself. Sure. We'll do 3 more. Bring on the bad advice. Apor says, can't stop wishing I was as pretty as you. Bad advice, huh? Become me. Oh no, wait, this is really bad advice. Steal my skin. Oh no, this is terrible advice. Wear it like a onesie. Oh, this is terrible advice. Don't, please. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. That was not real advice. But you asked me for bad advice. You can learn to love yourself. I just have good advice for this. Have you ever seen Silence of the Lambs? It's kind of what it's kind of what I was thinking of. Sounds like something that would happen to an idol in a movie. Okay. Just moving on. This next one is going to be our very last one because it is very long. It's going to be our very, very last one. But I feel like I want to be there for this person. And then if you submitted questions and they weren't read today, there is a chance they will be read on the next stream, even if they don't correspond with the theme of romance and love. There's a chance. So this one is from Zayrin. I'm going to call him Zay. I want to be as honest as I can without this turning into a vent. I've reached a point in my life where I've run out of money completely, and I'm currently surviving with the help of my parents. That's not something I ever wanted or planned for, but it's where I am right now. A lot of people might suggest starting over somewhere else, another city, another state, even another country, and I understand why. I've thought about that more times than I can count, but realistically, if I left right now, I'd still be homeless. I wouldn't be able to take my belongings with me, and I'd be starting from an even worse position. If it were another country, I'd also be adding myself as a burden to a place where I don't belong, and that doesn't sit right with me. One of the biggest limiting factors in my life is that I have medical disabilities. They've been with me my entire life, and they significantly affect what I can and can't do. Because of them, I can't pursue government jobs or military service. A lot of physically demanding or high-stress work simply isn't sustainable or safe for me long-term. Despite that, I haven't avoided work. I've tried farm labor, warehouse jobs, fast food delivery, anything I could reasonably attempt. Over and over again, I get turned away. Sometimes it's explicit, sometimes it's vague, sometimes it's just silence. Whether it's my health, my limitations, or something I can't see from the inside, the pattern feels consistent. I try and I don't get chosen. I've also tried going through assistance programs, because at some point you're told that if you can't work the usual routes, that's where you're supposed to go. But even there, I've hit walls. I've been told I need to spend hundreds of dollars to produce or recreate proper documentation for disabilities I've lived with since birth. Documentation I can't afford to obtain. In some cases, I trusted organizations that presented themselves as help, and only later realized they were extracting money from someone else, someone who already had none. That experience left me feeling shut out of systems that are supposed to exist for situations like mine. On top of all this, I'm extremely isolated. I don't really have real-world connections or friends who can open doors, give guidance, or even just help me see options I might be missing. Most of my momentum comes from internal drive rather than external structure, and when that falters, everything slows down at once. I'm a very creative person, and creating things, worlds, systems, ideas, has been one of the few places where I still feel capable and purposeful. I'm aware that from the outside, it might look like escapism. I won't pretend that it isn't sometimes, but it's also where I've done the most consistent work, learned the most, and felt the most alive. I've tried to think about ways to turn that into something sustainable, but without resources, leverage, or guidance, most ideas stay ideas. What I'm struggling with isn't a lack of willingness, effort, or responsibility. Oh, definitely not! You have been trying! You've been trying your very, very, very best, I can tell. You've been trying to exhaust all your options. It's trying to understand how someone moves forward when the usual paths, work harder, relocate, get assistance, rely on a network, either aren't available or have already failed. I don't feel entitled to an easy life, but I do want to know what realistic, constructive steps exist when you're constrained by health, money, and isolation all at once. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm trying to figure out how people navigate this kind of bottleneck without losing themselves in the process. TLDR, big context, small human, not a cry for help. But I wouldn't blame you even if it was. Good advice. My pen name and game tags are Zelwin. Huh. Okay, so... Not even just a double oof, it's like a quadruple oof. But I will say a few things. I may not have all the answers, but I can do my best. And I can say a few things with certainty. One of them is that you are a very, very, very strong person. Very kind, very courageous, with an open mind. You've been doing your very best to exhaust your options, which is something that sometimes I take issue with people who have complaints or have problems, but they don't exhaust all their options. They don't even try everything, and you're trying everything. You really are. You also have these disabilities that make it hard to use every option that's available to anybody in your situation. Now, what you do have is a few things. You have parents that are willing to help you, and I understand that it's not a situation that you want to be in. You don't want to have to rely on them. But what I will say is this: there are a lot of cultures in which, people do end up living with their parents or their families for a long time or even forever. And I'm sure while you're there that you're not completely just mooching off of them. I'm sure you help around the house in the ways that you can. or that you provide them with some kind of solace being there with them. But even then, to be fair, given the current economy, living with your parents is completely understandable. Yes, not just that, not even just culturally, but like economically right now, there are so many people in your situation. And it's not something that you necessarily, it's easy for me to say this, I know it's hard for you to feel it, but it's not something you have to be ashamed of. On top of that, and you seem to be a very hard worker, so I'm sure it's not like you're just like going and being a bum or anything. But like, also, as humans, what I've come to realize is that we really, really are social creatures, and so we need to rely on each other. There are some people that are able to live completely alone, completely, like, not relying on others, but I feel it's rare, and it shouldn't be what's expected. As humans, we need to rely on each other, and especially if it's family. I'm sure your parents, what I like to think of is your parents. Yes, I would love to, like, repay my parents one day in the future, perhaps. But they also will forever have a certain level of responsibility towards you because they brought you into this world. You did not choose to be born. And so, of course, I'm happy that they want to take care of you still, or that they're willing to. And rather than be ashamed about it, I think try to accept it and also do what you can to repay them one day, even if you can't right now, you know? Just by being gracious, you know, I think for some, that's enough. I guess if I was a parent and I had a kid that was struggling, I would not want them to have to go and be on their own. I would want to take care of them, you know? And, I think during this time, while you are able to rely on your parents, save up money for sure. I don't think it's a smart move to like go start over somewhere else. You don't even have the money for that right now. Some people might say that, but that's for people that have like a hefty savings. Save money while you're with your parents. Try not to let the shame that you feel like weigh on you too much while you're with your parents either. Surely there are other ways that you can help out around the house, or even, you know, express to them verbally, hey, I'm really grateful for you taking care of me. I think if they're good parents, they will understand the situation that you're in and they won't shame you for it, you know? And I mean, and it's not just you who's having issues with finding work right now. It's just kind of the state of the world and the economy as it is. So, don't be upset with yourself over that. Keep trying, keep trying. As for medical stuff, like, especially for people with disabilities, because I've told you guys before that my mom had a stroke. She had a major stroke when I was still a kid. So I'm a little familiar with disability stuff. And also, like, I've had some like medical diagnoses that I've like I need to get like documentation for, but it can be hard too, you know. And it's like it can be really distressing because those programs and stuff are supposed to be there to help you, but they're difficult to navigate. And on top of that, as much as I say we're social beings and you have to rely on, like, you have to be okay with relying on others, you said that you're really isolated too. I think, despite all of this, you have proven that you're an extremely strong person. You haven't lost yourself yet. At this point, a lot of people may have, but you clearly haven't lost yourself yet. You were able to put into words so beautifully these things that you're going through and these things that you're feeling. So I can tell you're a storyteller, just like you said. I can tell that you're a very creative person. You know? And so those are some things some little tidbits of hope that you can hold on to right now. It's a bottleneck, but it's not a closed bottle, you know? So you've been able to be resilient and stay true to yourself. despite all of this crap that's happening. 2, you're a very creative person, and while you haven't found a way to translate that into something sustainable yet, you currently have number 3. You have your parents. This opportunity to try to build yourself up again, and to save money, and to also kind of have a little bit of freedom to explore your options with finding a way to like turn your creativity into either a small business or freelance work or something, you know. It's only over if you give up. Captain 8-Ball is correct. It's only over if you give up. And you haven't yet. That kind of strength is freaking awesome. That's amazing. In some ways, the world has failed you, but you persist. And that is hella cool. You have all these tidbits of hope. You've made it this far. You're gonna make it further. You know? And if ever you feel like you don't have like too many friends in the real life to rely on. So many of us are basically living online now. A lot of my friends are, some of the people I care about with all my heart are way, way, way too far away for me to see on a regular basis. And yet we have technology that connects us. And if anything, I invite you to connect with some of the wonderful people that have been chatting throughout this stream. Connect with the beautiful, beautiful people in the FeebeeHive community or in similar communities. It doesn't have to be our community. You know, who would probably be willing to hear you out, and some of whom might have more concrete answers for you, who might work in certain fields and stuff that might be able to help you, you know. Everybody here, while I may not have like super concrete answers, I really believe in you. I'm not even just saying that. I'm not just saying that. You have given me every reason to keep believing in you because of what you've said in your entry. People in chat relate to you and believe in you. So whether you can feel it or not, you already have a community behind you. Let yourself rely on others a little bit more. While some systems have failed you when you've tried to rely on them, some friends won't, you know? And there is a whole world out there of potential friends who I think will see you and be like, wow, you're really freaking cool. So hang in there. Sorry it couldn't be something more solid, but really, if I were in your position, I would just like do a little reflection about why I feel ashamed. Because there's really, you don't have to. You really don't have to. I understand why you do, because I probably would feel similarly, but looking at it from an outsider's perspective, there's nothing for you to be ashamed about. You are working so hard. Let yourself rely on your parents a little bit. Save up money while you're there. And maybe explore some options about what to do with your skill set, you know? And we'll all be here to cheer you on. You don't have to, but I hope to hear some kind of update from you someday about how things are going. And if there's anything that we can do to help you, let us know. Well, that said, I did go a little bit longer than I thought I was going to, but thank you so much, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm very grateful for 172 submissions. Next time, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Steiner and the management team like go through and like choose questions for me. Cause if it's me, I will definitely try to read every single one, which is what I tried to do today. Which is what I tried to do today. One more. I kept saying one more. I keep saying one more. So if I do one more, I'm probably gonna say one more again. probably gonna say one more again. But you answered so much. I tried. I'll do one more really quick because this one is short. This one is from Snowy Pack and it says, for those of us who are short, I guess you came to the right place for this. How would you respond when a family member seems surprised about your height? Here's the thing. No one is surprised that I'm short. No one is surprised, except maybe like the little kids in my family. They're like, oh, why is she similar to my height when she's supposed to be an adult? Are you a kid? Are you an adult? Ah! I got asked that by a baby cousin once. They were like, are you a kid or are you grown up? What do I say to that? So I say, I'm a grown-up, but I like to think that I'm a kid at heart. They're like, oh, well, are you still growing? What do I even say? What do I say? I don't know. I haven't checked in a while if I've grown or not. But maybe I'm growing very slowly. You should eat all your vitamins. Make sure you eat your vitamins and your vegetables and all of that, and maybe you will grow to be even taller than me. Well, I hope I'm taller than you when I grow up. Oh! I hope so too, child! For your sake, I hope so too. Anyway, we're ending stream here. This is my first stream on my new PC. I think it went well. We might have resolved the internet issues. I'm gonna see during this entire week if we have any moments where the internet goes down. I have a lot more to set up still. But thank you guys so much for coming by. Feel free to continue to submit questions to my advice corner. My advice corner box, it is always open. It's always open for you guys. And let's find somebody to raid into. Tomorrow's going to be more Kingdom Hearts, so please look forward to it. Don't worry, I'm going to download it right after stream. Let's raid into. Oh, let's raid into Mint. She's playing Hytale, and I've been wanting to check out Hytale too. I've been wanting to check it out as well. Though I'm gonna probably not look because I kind of want to go into it blind. I want to go into Hytale blind. So please tell Mint and Matara hi for me because I am not gonna look because I'm gonna try to go in blind. FeebeeHive buzzing in. There's your raid message. And then on the Twitch side, here's your raid message. And we're going to raid on the Twitch side and too. Toma has a big announcement. I wonder what it is. So let's go raid into Toma on Twitch. Hi. Thank you guys. I hope you had a good time as much as I did. And I will see you all tomorrow for some Kingdom Hearts. And then Thursday for some Arc Nights. See you guys. LaceLavy and big love.